I think we are live. Are we? If we are, let me know in the comments. Um, okay, my comments are popping up. My little stickies that I have up for that. I'm Josh Swafford. I'm here with Marshall Koethe from Akron-Westfield.
There we go.
And we've got a special guest. We've actually got his first cousin, Justin Koethe. Justin, we see you right there. We're gonna pick you up here in about a couple minutes. I just got to do the little intro stuff first. Justin, if you can hear me, definitely have your screen right there, and we'll get you on here in a little bit. First off, if you want to keep these things going, if you want to keep the Pin Doctors going, really, please send some stars. Your Pin Doctor's brother here is struggling, so I would really appreciate it, and that's kind of how I'm getting by these days, off Facebook stars. I mean, isn't that ridiculous? I'm keeping hope that something better will come up eventually as far as all that's concerned, but right now it just kind of sucks.
Looks like we got Eric Waterbury on board with Team Pitbull.
What's Team Pitbull?
Oh, that's a story goes back a long time ago.
Okay, we'll talk about it when we get Justin on. You probably know Justin's stats better than I do, actually. How many national titles did he win?
We would have to ask him.
Yeah.
Too many for me to keep count.
Won a shitload of national titles, Greco and freestyle, I believe. Folk style probably too. Placed high at state every year of high school. Justin Koethe. Justin Koethe be another one of the Koethe cousins, which there's Jake and Jack.
Yep.
Yeah. Not all you guys are badasses. All right, let's get him on here. All right, what's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Not much, man. The Intimidator.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm safe here, Marshall. Like he's not gonna be able to come through the computer and kick my ass or anything, is he?
Right.
Oh man, dude, the guys in your era, I remember seeing them around you. They were like literally scared of you. Like, did you know that?
Yeah. I was always confused. Not confused. I don't know how to put it, but it seemed like it couldn't be worried first. I never tried to hurt people. I never tried to hurt. I went out hard, aggressive, and people took that as I was a mean guy or whatever. Take it at. I mean, it is.
I loved your style. I thought you wrestled just aggressive and it was fun. It was just fun wrestling. The way I perceived it is like you could just tell that you're just one of these dudes that if someone were to cross you, it'd be like literally their last, be like the last dude in that entire basement wherever we're warming up to cross. It wasn't necessarily the way you wrestled, just kind of your demeanor, just people. So now I am interviewing you.
No. Yeah, I never understood that. Really. I mean, I hear that I'm rude. I'm talk. It upsets me. I don't want that rude. It's maybe how it is or power. And I apologize. Thought I was kicking their ass.
Oh, dude, you don't have anything to apologize for. I thought it was cool. It was just one of those things. I wish I could be a little bit more like that myself.
Yeah.
Just a little bit too goofy.
Well, I mean, I definitely think it was confident. I knew I had prepared for the match. I mean, it kind of turn them. And you're joking, walking out of definitely. Hey, yeah. I mean, I'm serious. I'm here to do the job. That was my. So I get how people would. I was intimidated.
Oh yeah, I used to watch guys go on the mat, take the mat with you, and you could see them shaking. Well, I've never seen anything like it before, really.
Yeah. My junior year, I think my junior year right after qualified. It was the match. In 7 seconds. Got disqualified. Go out there. I go to shake. The kid takes like wow. And I was okay. Boom, flip him over, the whip over. And later on, from Blue, from that was a teammate. He goes up to, buddy, I walked up to him, buddy, you got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to lose. Go out and wrestle. And the kid responded, nothing to lose but my life. I mean, it's sometimes.
Yeah. Man. That's like the total opposite of how I used to go out there kind of smiling, like goofy sometimes, because I was scared. Like, not scared of the opponent, I was scared to piss my dad off. Like if I were to lose. So like I would try to do anything in my, like, to get my mind off of the fact that I was going to go out there and compete. So like I based my way of doing it was just thinking of just wasting. I would be one of those goofy guys, you know. Or, not that I wanted to be really. It was just a defense mechanism, I think. No,
I don't know. I was always pretty serious. I don't know. When I was younger, I couldn't for myself, but for everybody. I mean, I was out there worried about people or not. And even when I was in college, and then when I quit, came back after injury, getting 300, coming back down to 100. I don't know. It was a different story. When I came back, I wasn't everybody else. So I was still serious, obviously, but I joke about it with my coach for my Mac. And even in high school, when it wasn't profile, freestyle Greco, I mean, even unless it's hard or something, I'm a pretty carefree guy. I would be more had a air of confidence about me. I don't know.
Hey, Justin, I don't mean to interrupt, but your phone's cutting out real bad. Do you have anywhere near where you can get like some Wi-Fi by chance, or?
Unfortunately, I'm with my fiance at her friend's house for like a party. So I could go in and have a bunch of people, and it's going to be real loud.
Oh, gotcha. Man, it might be one of those things where you can just like go up a hill or something, the reception be a little better.
Okay.
Because it's like we're able to hear about like 2 out of every 3 words, and then it cuts out.
Okay. Give me a sec. Turn the camera. Try to drive it. If that works.
Yeah, right on.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I never realized that you guys actually look like each other until now. I can see the resemblance now.
Oh yeah, we could pass as brothers a lot of times.
All right, we'll pick him up when he gets some reception. I figured we'd like nip that in the bud instead of doing the entire podcast with him cutting out, because he's obviously going to have some really cool stuff to say. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of the new millennium. I graduated 2001, my brother 2003. Then I had other ones that were 2016 and 18. So I've kept at it. I've kept following it for pretty much this entire time since I graduated. And there's never really been anything quite like Justin Koethe that I've seen.
No, he was pretty explosive, and yeah, he was quite fun to watch wrestle. And his inspiration for wrestling. I saw that in an interview, dude. That's what he says. Yep. So he started the family legacy. Yep.
God, I wanted to bring something up. Birthdays. It is Brad Brule of Fort Dodge. He was a state champ. It's his birthday. Happy birthday to Brad Brule. All right.
Can you guys get?
Yep. Let me get you back in here.
Okay. Is it better?
A little bit.
Maybe I can try to talk a little.
No, you're talking fine. I think it's just cutting out a little bit. Sorry about the inconvenience. This stuff can be kind of frustrating.
Graham's the one that's complaining. So
Graham Gambrel. So how many brothers? There's Grady, Graham, Grant.
There's 4.
4.
Grady, Grant, and then Gordy.
Oh, okay. I did know that at one time.
Yeah, they actually go by the middle name. All their first name with A's.
Okay, gotcha. And Graham won a state title, didn't he?
Yep.
Thought so. his junior year, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, he made a lot of progress throughout his career.
Yeah, he did. I was doing the 3A rankings that year, and for the predicament, and he did, man. Like, it was like night and day. It'd be like night and day with him from one tournament to the next that year. It was like I saw him earlier on in the season where I was like, oh man, he needs to, maybe he was hurt or something. He just didn't look really that sharp. I don't remember which tournament it was, but then at state he won it. So obviously he,
Right. Well, I mean, he's been good. He's also good and had the ability.
Oh yeah.
Potential to be good, but a lot of it was in his head. I think younger when he started beating a good guy at the comp, and now he has a confidence to go along with the ability and with his size. Now, I mean, his size take the you have to take that into now because not a small guy. He's wrestling 5'74". So he can use his strength and length to his advantage. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future with him.
Right on. Now, are you still coaching? Are you the girls' coach right now at City West, or?
No, actually, I moved back to Morning about 2.5 years ago. I still had semester of eligibility to wrestle at 27 years old. So I went back, and it ended up turning into 2 years because coming back this year I didn't play long. It was a COVID year, and I had a great. And I had 2 losses. One was to the kid who won the tournament. He was number 2. Nation at that time, lost him in the first time, and I lost to Marty Marcus in the semi of the dome. And those are my losses that year, but didn't get a go because I didn't get to prove myself. Not enough practice. But and then I came back even after because I still felt to prove it myself. I ended up putting my knee out at the World Team Trials qualifier. And then come back again at the same. I come back in 4 or 5 months, 11 month recovery, and it didn't work out good.
Gotcha. Dude, Justin, I hate to say that you're cutting out really, really bad.
Okay. I apologize if we can do this another time if you want to schedule it for another time. Something.
Yeah, we can do that, or if you're able to find a different place. I mean, I don't want to I want to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and make Justin Koethe. Hey, Koethe, go somewhere else. No, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like that. But
I really do apologize. I told Marshall I'd do this last minute. I want to do this, but I can't just leave my fiance.
Yeah.
I have her car. He's there. I really want to. I'm here to talk to you guys.
Right on.
But if you can give me. If we can, I need to do it tomorrow or I'm whenever you can.
Okay. Yeah, that works. And you don't have to apologize to me for being last minute because I'm literally last minute for almost everything. I think I drive people nuts on here for it.
Okay.
A lot of people get anxious when they're not early to things. I was talking to Marshall about this. I get anxious if I'm early to things. I don't know why.
Right. Well, I do too. I sit there and I do and what's going to happen? What are we going to talk about?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll figure something out. There's plenty that we can talk about, and I don't know what your fiance's situation is, but if you wanted to try her phone, if she'd be cool like that, I don't. If not, that's 100% fine.
Yeah, I can try to call you guys back. Give me about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then we can see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right on. All right, sounds good. Okay. So, wrestling. Who is your favorite wrestler?
No, I used to be a big Sting
WWE wrestler. Oh, you're a WCW guy, huh?
Yeah, I always followed Sting. And then who's the guy that had Sacco, Mr. Sacco?
Mick Foley, Mankind.
Yeah, Mankind.
You youngsters and your Mick Foley. And so you were the Attitude Era. That's when I started, like, drifting away from it.
No.
I was raised on Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
I hated Shawn Michaels back then.
Oh, look at
Bret Hart.
Tony Hager says Shawn Michaels.
Hey, he would be a Shawn Michaels fan. Heartbreaking. Hey, Hager. I need to get a hold of him. I need to get a hold of a lot of people. But I'm glad that Hager's tuning in today. I remember there's still people every once in a while that think that Hager and I have a beef or a feud. And you know what? There isn't really a whole lot of people out there that are better to me than him.
Maybe Tony should call in if Justin can't call in.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, Tony, if you want to call in, that'd be perfect. It's a dude that definitely knows the sport.
I don't know. You don't know too much about wrestling, so. But
dude, I tell you what, me like tripping over my, trying to be a businessman, like an entrepreneur, it makes me come to a realization as to how good of an entrepreneur that Tony Hager is. Dude, like, there's more. The wrestling media, that's just one thing, but if you're able to figure a way to be a good wrestling media entrepreneur, respect. Jesus, I don't get it.
What was Tony Hager's high school career?
Oh shit, he was really good, dude.
3-time state champ.
No, he got sixth and second, but God, I tallied him up. I've got a big thing to post on him eventually. He beat like 9 or 10 state champions at the state tournament in the 3 times that he was there. I don't know if he qualified as a freshman or not. I know he got 6th in 2001 at 103, and every year is at 103.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in that bracket that Mac won in 2001, and then in 2002 he got beat by Dan Davila of Underwood in the finals. I think he got beat pretty bad, but everybody got beat bad by Dan Davila, other than Mac Ryder. He was the only guy that seemed to have. Mac Ryder seemed to be the only guy that was able to put kinks in Dan Davila's armor. But and then the next year he got beat by a guy that he beat first round at state the year before named Patrick Mackey from Logan Magnolia. He's probably really, really pissed off about that loss. Senior year and everything, but the reason he was probably really pissed off about that was because I think he beat him pretty bad the year before. But I don't know if Tony realized this, and I don't know if a lot of people realized this back in the day, other than Southwest people. But that Patrick Mackey was an emerging talent at that time.
Yeah.
He was on freaking fire in 2003. But and Hager was a stone cold guy too, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, I was a big Bret Hart. Bret Hart's probably my favorite. He was a Canadian national champ.
Really?
Yep. And there's an Eklund, Bob Eklund, I want to say, or something. He was like a world. I don't know. I don't know all those stats, but it's like a world beater, like a literal world beater. Anyways, he wouldn't have been if Bret Hart wouldn't have gone to the WWE. This Eklund guy would have had a hard time doing as much as he did because he was always getting beat by Bret Hart.
Huh.
Kind of cool.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I've written a few articles on old Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
There we go. We got Justin back. Hell yeah.
Is it working better?
Yes. So far.
Okay.
Right on.
There we go.
Cool. Brittany actually said, I wonder if whoever you're talking with had a set of headphones and a microphone on them, if that would help. Gotcha.
I do not.
I'm assuming you and Brittany have met, right?
Yeah.
That was a funny way of phrasing it.
Right.
Whoever you're talking to.
Well, you must be mad that I don't hear as much.
That's funny.
Dude, hey, so, dude, before we get into anything else, you fish, don't you?
Not so much. I enjoy it, but it's not something that I back up myself.
Yeah.
Somebody asks me, I do. Marshall, I don't.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so you're not quite obsessed like Marshall is, and I am quite not yet, anyways.
No, you guys are not. I don't think you guys do it so much, but it's fun to get away with toys. I bet.
Oh yeah, I took Justin fishing one time up Yankton, South Dakota.
What'd you guys fish for?
We were going for walleye. Caught some carp. And
I got a ticket for not having a license.
Yeah.
Well, you probably had to go across the bridge to Illinois and get. Did they suspend it like when you got
I don't
caught?
know. We were in Nebraska. So I didn't even know we were on the Nebraska side.
Nebraska.
Yeah. No, he was just wrote me a $150 ticket. I was like, well, I'm done fishing for the trip.
I thought we were still in South Dakota, and I even got a warning because I had a South Dakota fishing license, and we were right on the edge, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, you live and learn.
Mm-hmm. So Justin, if I were to put on a like a wrestling dual meet of some sort that was like a hybrid of current wrestlers and old timer types, what are the chances we get you back on the mat again?
Are you talking like in reality?
Yeah.
In reality?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not gonna start training like I was. My body's but I'm not against having a match.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know why I asked you that. I just
who do you want to wrestle?
I don't know. All my that I would pay. I know. This. So,
you're cutting out again, man. Okay, what did Brittany say? She said, okay, can you see this comment right here? Says, I wonder if whoever you're talking with had a set of headphones and a microphone on them, if that would help.
I do not have my trying to drive back up the hill.
And you're coming in really good, like the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
Man.
My bar
Are you U.S. Cellular or Verizon?
Verizon.
Yeah, so it seems like it's so inconsistent.
I think it's Swafford's connection.
Yeah. Connect. Put it on. No. I'm just.
Who is your favorite WWE wrestler?
I never watched it that much, but the one guy you remember because he was like nasty. Rikishi.
Who's that?
Rikishi. He would like sit on his face.
The big dude? He was a big dude?
He'd wear like a man something.
What was his name?
Was it Rikishi or?
Oh yeah, Rikishi. Yeah. God, I haven't thought of that in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was back when Jericho had that. You remember when Jericho used to have that guy named Ralphus, like the old bald fat guy Ralphus that would walk him into the ring, and but I swear I'm the only person that remembers this.
Yeah, I don't.
You remember that?
No.
Oh. Yeah. Every time I bring that up, people are like, dude, I think that was back when you're, well, let's not go there. But, yeah, Jericho is another one.
I remember the name. I don't like know. Yes. Like I said, big into WWE. I'm cutting out.
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad. Yeah, I was so into WWE when I was 7 and 8 years old. When Hulk Hogan got attacked by earthquake in the hospital, I cried. I cried myself to sleep. I was so upset about it. It's like 7 years old, cried myself to sleep because Hulk Hogan, I thought he was going to die because of earthquake. And you know what? I wrote an article on earthquake, John Tenta.
No.
He was a world champion. He was a world champion from Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't really watch that stuff, so.
His name is John Tenta.
John.
No, a sumo wrestler. He was a national champion out of Louisiana State before they ended their program, and he was a sumo wrestler. Yeah, he moved to Japan and became a champion sumo wrestler. You don't hear that very often. You don't hear of Caucasian Americans moving to Japan and taking on the sumo wrestlers in Japan.
Yeah.
It sounds fun. It sounds like something that I would enjoy, really.
One of these times you're going to see Swafford slap me with his hands. All this hand action going on over here.
Yeah, and that's going to be the start of Koethe versus Swafford at this event. You better gain some weight, bud.
Maybe you got to do it. Let audience.
What's that?
I said since you guys can't hear me talking, maybe you got to just do it right now. The audience go.
I would do arm wrestling right now. I wouldn't wrestle him. He's just probably way too in shape for me right now. Well,
you must be then.
Nick says $20 for the first takedown.
Okay, it's on. I don't think anybody in the world can beat me for $20 right now.
$20.
Like that's how bad I need $20.
Send me that.
Send you that $20.
Send me the address.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would do it. Like, there's really not a whole. Let's not get on this topic. I was getting ready to say there's not really a whole lot I wouldn't do for $20.
That's where you differ.
Man, I've got like this whole slideshow and everything. I got some funny stuff. I got some cool stuff to talk about, but then I've decided that at the end of every one of these podcasts, I'm going to do something kind of funny at the end of it. I've got it all prepared. It's going to be, got some good talking points. Let's actually get to some of those. The reception with your cell phone will work itself out. I'm sure it'll come and go. So let me get this thing set up. Just think, 2 weeks ago I didn't know how to do any of this shit.
You're good.
Oh. How's that not coming up? It was coming up. All right. There we go. All right. Let's set it up. Oh, I got to get Brittany's comment back. Oops. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Let me set it up to where we can see it a little better than that. There. How's that? Well, I don't know. Well, now we can't see Justin.
Well, yeah. Not live.
All right. So, I mean, I can't really do commentary on this. That's just a picture of you. Actually, yeah, we can. Which what do they call those? The octagons, the
Stop sign.
Yes, the stop signs. How many of those did you win?
I only got they changed national championship dome after I was. So I didn't get a win for folk stock. So I got a Fila Junior, Greco won, and Fargo won. I got one from freestyle. So yeah. Fila Junior. So.
You got like 4 or 5 or.
Well, stop. Got two actual stops. Like changed. After I 4
actual titles.
Yeah, but got one stops.
Right.
So.
All right. Actually, we can narrow some of this down. Now, I didn't get all this stuff. I got a lot of it. I got a lot of it though.
Looking through it. It was cool, but he put all that together. It was back.
Let me. I'm having all kinds of issues right now. Did I send that? Okay. All right. So I got a lot of your stats right here. These are probably quite a few matches that you haven't thought about in a long time. Can you read those by chance, or did I make it too small?
Right. No, but I read through them earlier. So, I mean, if you want to say I know pretty much everyone. Only a couple that.
What happened with Tim Course?
Tim Course. Is he from California?
The Illinois guy.
Oh man, Illinois guys are tough.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Did I beat it?
Nope.
Tim Course. What year?
That was I can't even see it, dude.
It's right down here at the.
Oh, that was I don't have the year for that. That was the same year that you had. So you beat Bradley Dolezal. That was round 1. You beat Zach Rohr. You got beat in the first place match by Bradley Dolezal from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, that was Greco. That's Greco. All right.
That's the one that I accidentally cut off the title of it.
That was Greco.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I actually survived that twice at duel 2 weeks before any in the final.
5 year in the final.
Yeah. What 5 being in the final? Didn't he?
I don't know. It says 3-0, and then I can't see the rest of the results.
Yeah. 2. 5. Come on.
I know that's what you said.
No, I 5.
Oh.
Then he beat Greco 5.
Hey Justin, you're cutting out again real bad. I'm able to probably make out about 1 out of every 3 words now.
Okay. I'm the top on the phone. I apologize.
No, you don't have anything to be sorry about, dude. This is a learning experience for every I'm learning with you, man. I'm just happy that you came, that you agreed to come on the show, and I'm happy that we're gonna get you on again. I assume.
I'm willing and back on this when I can give me a little.
Okay.
I can set them out for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, whenever you do, I've got a huge thing already prepared and ready to go for you. So.
And I was ready to do. I'm so nervous. Excited. So I'm sorry.
No, that's all good, man. Nothing to be sorry about. I appreciate you calling in, and not a whole lot of people have called in, really. I've offered a lot. A couple people have, but I'm sure if I pressed enough, some would. But I don't know, man. I get real anxious when it comes to asking people to do things. I don't know. It's one thing writing a nice article about somebody. It's another thing being like, hey, can you do something for me?
Well, if I did fit before article, I'm definitely, taking the right of bring up the.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, dude, you're going like it's every 5th word now. It's funny.
Okay.
You're good, man. It's just funny. But
it's all good, dude.
We'll make it up.
If you end up finding a place where you're comfortable, where you're confident with the service or whatever, then go ahead and call back in. We'll get you. If not, we'll just do it a different day where we're like all more prepared. Yeah, no worries, dude. Like, I'm going through this with you. Like, I want to say my first 3 shows that I did like 2 weeks ago, I want to say that I wasn't within 15 to 30 minutes of starting time for any of them because I kept on having tech issues. Like, this is probably the first time I've ever been right on time at 8 o'clock.
I don't know. I thought last night we were right at 8.
8:05.
8:05.
8:05, and I thought that was early.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
must be.
I don't think. No.
Yeah. Right now, you guys remember that Max Headroom, the cartoon thing from like the early '90s? It would talk like this. He'd be like, he's like ahead of his time. But you sound like Max Headroom right now. But yeah, I think it's just a connection issue. If you had Wi-Fi, I assume that it would probably work. We've only had this issue one other time with another person, and that was when he was in his car driving also.
Okay. No, I would good going on that, but there's about people in that. It's loud.
Oh, that's all right, man. So
it's all dude. It's all good.
Go hang out with your fiance. We'll plan another time.
Okay. I know you don't got but I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. No need to be sorry, bud. I understand 100%.
All right.
It's all good. Hey, thanks for coming on, and we'll get you on again in the future, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
All right. So for all of you guys who are listening out there, we would love to take another caller. Tony Hager, if you're still listening, God, you'd be perfect because I could probably learn some things from you right now.
Nah, he's too chicken.
Dude's a pretty wise cat. Ralphus! Okay, Ben Walk knows Ralphus.
Isaac Young, what's up?
Ben Walk said Ralphus is a legend.
Takedown.
I knew I didn't dream Ralphus. I knew that wasn't like some sort of weird thing that I remembered that didn't exist. Because those don't exist. Because I never do that. So yeah, I'm not crazy. Ralphus does exist. You guys just don't.
I wouldn't know.
You guys just don't have very good memories, I guess. Either that, or you just don't watch enough. You didn't watch enough WCW.
I did not.
Yeah, gosh. Once I start talking about WCW, it's hard for me to stop. Or like WWF, it's hard for me to stop because I was really into that when I was a little kid, man. Razor Ramon, dude. I love that Razor's Edge that he had. I used to try and do it all the time on my brother Justin on the trampoline. Justin. If people wonder how he got as tough as he did, well, I mean, you can start with my dad, of course, but you can also give me a little bit of credit for it because I put him through a grinder. I was only a year and a half older than him, but I always had like a good 50 pounds on him.
There you go.
So, all right, let's see if we can get anybody to call in. I might text a couple few people. You should too, actually.
I did.
I'd love to get Trent Harden.
Trent Harden, get him to call in.
Dude, Trent. Yeah, Mom, I would talk to you. My mom would like to
tell Trent to call in.
A distant cousin of mine and a fellow Duhawk.
Post a link for him to call in.
Okay, all right. Trent Harden, state runner-up. What was it, 220 or heavyweight?
Heavyweight.
All right. Yeah, I guess people would have an easier time calling in if they had the link, huh?
Me and Trent had a big hug after his senior year after the finals.
You ever meet anybody ever that doesn't like Trent Harden?
I don't know. Not that I know.
I never. People immediately loved him. Like when he came to Loras, he came there and I was like at my second or third year there. And, man, he fit right in there. I was, a little bit envious because it took me a while for me to find my place there.
I like his family pictures. You guys got to get on and check out his family pictures. They're very entertaining.
Oh, I've seen them.
Right.
I've seen them. Who gave me the heads up on that was my Uncle Kevin.
Yeah?
Yeah, my Uncle Kevin Swaff and Trent are pretty tight.
Trent's the man.
Yeah, we were rooting for Trent pretty hard. He been hard, but hard in. But he probably didn't realize that he had a little cheering section. I sometimes wonder about that. I sometimes wonder if there's certain people that realize that they have certain people out there rooting for him. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I don't know. If there's somebody that I know that has a kid, I automatically, I root for him. I don't know. Who are some, this is just a question that I have off the top of my head. In this 2023 Iowa high school class, who are some sleeper recruits that haven't committed anywhere? Has Isaiah Fenton from Notre Dame committed anywhere yet?
I don't know.
I know that he's definitely weighing the options.
That's just one of those topics I don't pay close attention to.
I don't either, man. I don't pay attention to it unless people PM me and tell me about it. There's just not enough time in the day.
Right. I'm so wrapped up in youth wrestling. I feel like I just don't have time or enough brain space to keep up with high school kids and where they're going and what they're doing, and so.
All right, Nick Von Awegan. How do I say it? Nick Von Awegan. I'm sorry if I slaughtered it. $20 for the first takedown, dude. Marshall, if this were the case, and I'm not trying to talk shit, but like, I need that $20 so bad, you wouldn't stand a chance. Like, I need pizza.
Oh, pizza. He's going to buy pizza.
Nah, I'm just joking. You'd stand a chance after like the first 10 to 15 seconds, especially. Then, that's about all I have in the tank right now.
Maybe.
How much you got in the tank at this point?
Enough. We can ask Josh Glendenon.
It's true. Is Josh watching? Right? Actually, I got Josh's graduation invite right here.
Rolled around with Josh at practice the other night.
Now, is he as strong as my dad and brother have told me that he is? I'm the meathead of my family. My brothers and my dad are very, very good, but they're not very strong, and I'm not as good as any of them. But I'm like twice as strong as all of them. Like Mongo, I'm like the Mongo of the family. If you guys have ever seen the movie Blazing Saddles with Mongo, yeah, that's what I am in my family. It's like, I'm that guy that comes up and knocks out a horse just to clear a path.
I'll just say Josh couldn't move me when I was on parterre and freestyle and Greco, and he couldn't stop the unstoppable gut wrench. So
yeah, but like you realize that when you get fatter, your gut becomes part of the mat, right?
And you become softer.
Nah, to be honest with you, Marshall, I've actually been hitting the weights pretty hard.
There you go.
Yeah, Jake Prazak, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Prazak. His
Prozac.
It's spelled Prazak. And he's out of the Mason City region, I believe, and he has a son that placed at state this year after fighting a bunch of injuries. He's the world record holder for bench press. He benched 920 pounds. Anyways, I've been talking to him a little bit, and it's like, dude, if he can bench 920 pounds, there's no reason why I can't hit my college goal that I never hit of benching 400 pounds. I got up to like 375, and it was like I hit a wall. And then it was like when I got to be like 35, I'm like, well, I guess that's going to be a goal that I never. But this dude benched 920 pounds. He owns his own workout facility like in Mason City. Yeah,
Can you imagine 900 pounds just bench pressing?
920 pounds, dude.
On the shoulder joints alone. Mm-hmm. So that'd be crazy.
But yeah, I've actually got a little bit more bounce in my step that way because, and that's the reason. My inspiration is him.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. He was doing all this stuff when he was like in his 30s. I'm only 40. And he was a 2A 152 pound fifth placer. I was a 2A 152 pound sixth placer. So we got that in common.
I don't gotta work out when I'm working asphalt all summer. That'll keep you in shape. A little shovel asphalt here, rake it there, shovel it there.
Oh, so this is gonna be like when I start working for you, this is gonna be a grind for me then, huh?
Maybe. We'll find out.
I'll have to if I start
I'll have to videotape Josh laying on the ground when it comes or throwing up.
Not likely, man. I'm a beast. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a beast when it comes to. I'm not a beast when it comes to the having to deal with bosses and structural type shit, like just the work stuff. Like I'm really hot-headed and get really mad easy, and and I'm not really a person that likes to do a bunch of shit that I don't really have to do unless I have to do it. But I mean, if you need to clear a bunch of stuff that weighs a lot in a short amount of time, I'm your guy.
He's gonna pick it up and put it down.
Yeah,
it's just the pace. Not a lot of people pace-wise. You can imagine the way we wrestle, like me and Justin. The same way we work.
Have you ever wrestled Justin?
Oh yeah.
How's that go, dude?
Good.
How are you able to defend his explosiveness? How do you defend that?
I don't know. I mean, me and Justin, we used to wrestle all the time, and I used to always beat him. And then once I quit competing, and he first left high school and went to Wisconsin, he got kind of big, and I had my first kid, and then he started catching up to me. and then it just slowly kind of was pretty even there for a while, and then he got bigger, and then he would beat me, and then it's kind of back and forth, and then it's man, we haven't wrestled for a while. We wrestled a little bit when he was getting ready for Greco, and he'd always say I'm too big for him, but I just...
Now, as the oldest of 4 brothers that all wrestle, I'm proud to say that none of my little brothers have stepped up to their bigger older brother. And, like, in other words, I've never been beaten by any of my brothers, and I've wrestled them a little bit here and there. Justin and Shay are just too small, but my God, Brennan though. It's like, go figure. My youngest brother is the one that I think has me kind of thinking that I can't just bulldoze my way through that whole competition, if there were a competition. I've never wrestled Brennan before. I mean, not since he was like 6 or 7. He wasn't fun to wrestle when he was 6 or 7 because it was like trying to contain like a little fireball that bounced all over the place. And it's just like, well, this kid's really good, and this isn't fun just beating him up. So I just go, put Shay in a cradle or something, and I don't know. This would be a good conversation to get my mom on. Hey, Mom, I see your comment.
Oh, you guys should see my kids wrestle, man. They'll put the singlets on, get on the trampoline, and it's crazy. We have the Olympics at my house probably 10 times a week, if not more.
Now, the weight difference between Owen and Esai is the same, probably about the same as it was with me and Justin, and they're 2 grades apart too, aren't they?
No, they're 15 months apart in age, and they're 1 grade apart. So they were 6th and 5th grade this year, but the one Esai wrestled, what did he wrestle, 70? And then Owen wrestled, was it 103 or something like that? Mm-hmm. But there's 30 pounds there, and you're talking 15 months, and that didn't really work out the way I was planning on it. But, I had Owen, and I was thinking, let's have 2 boys right next to each other. Boy, I got my 2 boys, but yet they can't practice together because someone always ends up hurt because of the weight difference. And
do they fight a lot? Like
no.
Is it like difficult to do anything with them because my girls fight to the point where I feel like I'm Steve Wilkos on call constantly, like the bodyguard from the Jerry Springer show.
I don't think they really fight. They more just compete against each other, and I did this, you did that, blah blah blah. I've won this many times. I've won that this many times. And just try and, I don't know how you want to call that, brotherly love. So, and then you got Zeke coming up. He's only 15 pounds lighter than Esai, so he's gonna be the next little monster. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna be an interesting fella to see develop.
You guys all catch on to wrestling naturally?
I'd say Esai caught on to it pretty naturally.
Like you and like dating back to you, Justin, Jake, and Jack.
I don't really know Jack and Jake's story, how they developed in wrestling. I think me and Justin were pretty. We picked up on pretty quick,
Yeah.
In the right environment, we were like sponges. So.
Yeah, with our family, it was me and Brennan picked up like that. I mean, I won my first tournament after just having one practice in the living room with my dad. He taught me a duck under, a half, and a roll. And I won my first tournament, like pinned everybody. Justin, now he won his first tournament too, I guess. But it took Justin about 3 or 4 years before he became like the best in his grade. But it was crazy. From 1st to 2nd grade, he went from kind of average, below average, no, average to like world beater.
Yeah.
Shay.
Oh, there's Trent.
Shay, yeah, we'll get you on, Trent. My brother Shay, it took him until 7th grade before he placed AAU state the first time. And Brennan caught on when he was 5. And Mom, by the way, if you were to call in, it'd have to be after Trent Harden, state runner-up Trent Harden. But if you were to call in, it would have to be after him, but of course I'd take your call. Why wouldn't I? I'm desperate. Just joking, Mom. You're fun to talk to, so of course I would. For those of you who don't know, my mom's name is Jacinta Swafford, and no, we're not Portuguese. My grandma just liked the name. She's like 100% Irish, probably. All right, let's get Trent Harden on. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
Much, man.
How you doing?
Getting the kids to sleep. While the wife cleans.
Didn't look like you're doing a very good job there. Oh yeah, he's wide awake.
Hey, what's his name?
Xander Dean.
Oh, dude, if I had a boy, it was going to be named Xander. But I had 3 girls, though.
You did.
I
don't
did.
envy that.
I like the name Xander. I like the name Ike.
You say yay?
Ike and Mike.
Ike, yeah, Ike and Xander. That Xander was, that was going to be for sure a son's name of mine. Great name. Good taste. Runs in the family, right? That Harden blood?
It does. I think we finally linked it up.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, my dad's mom is a Harden.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 4th or 5th cousins, something like that, something crazy like that. But so there's some good genetics on that side of our family, dude. You know, James Lang, he was a state champ in the grade a couple above you. I actually wrestled him and got beat by him in overtime, and I didn't know he was my cousin at the time.
Where was that
at? Mediapolis Invite. He was a Centerville guy. He's the grandson of Lowell Lang.
Yeah, I don't know that side of the family.
Yeah, it's anyways, I had 2 cousins on that same podium. James Lang and Nick Weber got 4th. Nick Weber's my cousin on the other side of the family. Kind of crazy. All right, so go Doohawks.
Go Doohawks.
Yeah.
You still keep in touch with Dubuque pretty well, or?
Since I got married and had another kid, it's been difficult. But we traveled down to where was it, Springfield? Babe. Was that where the DD regional was at?
Mm-hmm.
I think this year. So. I think they had 3 qualifiers.
Mm.
What's up, Cody?
Not much. What's going on, man?
Living the dream.
Right? That's what it's about.
I want to hear the Andrew Long story.
I don't know. Were you there that year?
Yeah, he was there. He was writing about it in the comments.
Yeah.
You tell it from your side, dude.
Well, we need Tegan Podliska out of Red Oak. He can tell it word for word.
That's another Loris guy, right?
Yeah. He was a somewhat 5th or 6th place, then went to Iowa to hang out, and then came up to Loris. But so Andrew walked in at what 80 pounds. 75, little mouthpiece, and I was like, whose kid's brother is it?
Like the stereotypical little guy of the team that you know, everybody has one, and sometimes they're really good.
And then he said something like choice of words, I'm 15 or something. And no one could convince me that he was that old. And then I think he went to the buffet after the movies and got the kid buffet and ate for free or something.
Nice. He walks to the beat of his own drum.
That's for sure.
Right on. So so before you were a Lorassian, you were out of the rough streets of Keosauqua, Van Buren, right?
Yeah, I grew up on the rough streets of Keosauqua.
Nice. So Niles Mercer, would he have been in your grade or a grade above you?
Yeah, Niles was 2 years ahead of me. Nice. So he graduated in 04 and then was an All-American for Greco.
Okay, cool. Dude, my first loss in high school ever was against the Van Buren guy, Jason Frazier, one of the nicest guys I ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I remember hearing the news that he got in that car accident and was got killed, and you know I only hung out with him a couple of times at tournaments and stuff that year, and it was just like, but it was like enough to where I could tell how good of a guy he was, and
this hand action, dude.
Yeah,
smacked.
I felt like I lost a friend. It was really weird. I barely knew him, but I felt like I lost a friend. First guy
I remember where I was at. the day that the news came across. I was in elementary school in Dallas and was at the grocery store, and some kid came in and said it. But I remember when I was in youth wrestling watching him and a couple of the other districts or sectionals at Waco.
Jake Poling?
Yeah, it was Jake, and I can't remember those guys right now.
How close is Keosauqua to Cardinal?
25 miles. I assume that your brother took over there.
Yeah, I got the head coaching job there. I was just wondering, is that where so are you located around that area now, or are you?
No, I'm in Danville.
Oh, shit.
So I should have just drove up.
I'll be about
25 miles away.
I'll be in Danville tomorrow.
Where at?
Is that where I'm going to be?
I'll be getting the asphalt, my material from the asphalt plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, I haven't gotten Marshall to 100% allowed me to do this yet, but I'm going to keep pushing. But I'm thinking of doing some live videos of asphalt and just how it works and everything. Because I've never seen, I don't have any idea how the whole thing works or how it's made or how anything's done. But I'd sure love to tell about it, and I'd sure like to learn it. And I'm wanting to get some of it.
I'll tell you how it works.
Live.
It sucks. That's how we're not.
Is it something that is it something that you can talk wrestling while you do it?
No, there's no talking. It's just working and shoveling.
And
raking and
hey, I think Swap looking for a job.
I know, right?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Put him to work, Marshall.
Right.
He doesn't have to put me to work. I'm basically telling him, yeah, dude, I'm gonna follow you around tomorrow. I'm gonna work for you tomorrow. It's like,
yeah, he's gonna work for me while he's videotaping. Let's see how much work he gets done.
Just because you said that, I'm gonna make sure that I get more work done than you've ever seen.
There you go.
And I'm gonna be the fastest asphalt catcher honor that there's ever been.
So you guys should have seen this. The other day I went down and I had to regrade this gravel lane to make an asphalt approach, and I couldn't get asphalt yesterday. And I guess the city of Burlington decides to flush their fire hydrant. So where do you think all that water went that they flushed out of their fire hydrant? Right into the gravel. So I had a lake I had to go down and work on today to frickin' get out of my forum for my asphalt. It was quite an interesting ordeal.
Send the city a bill.
What Trent, what was your credentials in high school?
I was a three-time state blazer.
Yeah, and then
4-4-2.
Turn that off.
Yeah, I'm trying to copy a link.
I can't talk to you and hear myself and.
Here, I'm just gonna turn my video down. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to copy a link that I can send.
Quit looking at the baby, Fred.
Yeah, I guess I should check who's tuning in.
No, Fred's a good dude. I coached with him at Liberty High School. He wrestled at Iowa. He's out of Cleveland, Ohio. Real knowledgeable guy. Knows a lot about wrestling. Just a lot of good guy. We bounce ideas off each other.
Hey, Marshall, feel free to click on the comments that you want to. I'm trying to get a link that I can send to somebody, but my phone's not cooperating. So feel free to navigate this.
All right.
Think you can figure it out?
No.
Oh, I see. Okay, so.
So, what your senior year? What'd you do? You at state? You took heavyweight. You took? You hear me, Trent?
Second.
Yeah, and you didn't weigh the full 285, did you? Because I remember we were talking.
No, on Wednesday I weighed 223, and then Saturday morning when we weighed in, I weighed 215.
Yeah, and you were just a lot quicker, more agile than a lot of the guys you were wrestling.
Yeah, I thought that'd get it done.
Right. It was darn close, that finals match. I mean, if I remember right, wasn't it a pretty...
Yeah, I got rode out in double overtime.
That's right. I remember it being a buzzer beater. And
Yeah, I think Donovan Grove out of Southeast Webster.
Okay.
And he ended up being a two-timer.
Oh, really? That's a good one, then. You gave a two-timer run for his money, man.
Yeah. And then my sophomore and junior year, I got fourth.
Okay.
That's a pretty
good run. That's a state. Iowa State High School, Fred. We're talking.
But my sophomore junior year, I got beat first round, and then wrestled clear back to third and fourth.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
That's a battle.
So junior year, John McLaughlin and I, he's out Sigourney.
It's my cousin. My mom's McLaughlin.
Everybody's related.
My grandma's a Hardin.
Oh man.
So I followed him. Night Bubba. Love you. I'll be in a second. Followed him to state. And then we drew Ben Lehman from Independence and Kyle Pliska from Cresco.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Those were
And that's when we didn't see the tournament. So we drew each other. And then I wrestled Ben Lehman and got beat. And I believe he actually beat Kyle or got beat. I can't remember. But I ended up at fourth wrestling Ben Lehman, and he won. And then Kyle Pliska for third. And that was the first time I was almost ever tech balled.
Really?
It was a long week.
Oh man.
So I tried letting them shoot in and neck wrench them and get done with it.
Right.
So.
Hey Trent, we're gonna talk a couple more minutes. I just wanted to let somebody know we've got somebody that just called in. So it's now we got a waiting line. Cooper Hines from Jessup, one of the best freshman wrestlers in the lightweights of all classes, in my opinion. He's going through an injury right now. But, hey, Cooper, we're going to get you on here in a little bit. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. But Trent, you know what I remember more than anything about your senior year state tournament is when you were on the podium, not only were you, in good spirits, you had just gotten done losing your finals match, but you're talking to the guy that beat you in the finals. You were and he shook his hand on the podium. And I thought that was pretty big of you, because considering, I had a tendency to be kind of a baby, when I saw that, I was just like, wow, that was something that I had never even attempted,
Yeah. A quick story. So when the bracket came out, Mike Van Tiger, which who you know.
Yes, I do.
I was at his house with Micah, and we were looking at the bracket and dissecting it. And I figured Donovan was going to be the one I was going to meet. And the first way in, I walked up to him, and he's nervous. I mean, sweating bullets. And I've been there twice. And I just told him, hey, I'll see you on Saturday night. Enjoy the ride, have fun. And then we met and got beat. So I wish I would have never told him that.
So. It was a close match, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, double overtime.
Thought so.
And then they changed the rule the next year.
For overtime?
To what?
For the overtime rule or what?
Yeah, instead of ride or die.
Yeah.
You both got a chance, which I don't think it would have changed it. I mean, I would have cut him and tried pushing him out of bounds. I guess.
Yeah.
He's just too big. He knew how to shoot cross body to the right side or left side. And that's I mean, they had a good game plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of those things that a lot of people don't consider, even think about doing, is giving the other guy credit for having a good game plan. Because you just don't really think about scouting against yourself, because because you're doing the one in your mind. You're the one doing all the scout. You're the one game planning. I remember, like looking back, I think about like how well coached Cole Pape was. He did a Russian tie to my left arm, and it was like I felt like I couldn't do anything. It's like when he took away my arm, I felt like I was lost out there. And that was the first time I'd ever had a Russian tie on me, and it was like one of those deals where, holy cow, this guy knew. Take away that arm on me, and basically I'm just fold me over like a lawn chair.
So,
I don't know if that was good coaching or just smart wrestling. What's that?
Russian tie. You got called 2-on-1 now.
Coach Stu would be mad.
You got to be PC. PC.
Well, no. Coach Stu back in 06, 07, I called it a Russian tie. And so we don't give them any credit for anything.
Oh, right.
We can't give them any credit. He's like, I got 2-on-1.
Right.
And then hit that left-sided tag headlock.
I heard the Russians were impressed with Mark Schwab back in the day. What was I gonna say? Russian tie.
I gotta know, what was it when we were at Fargo camp? Wasn't it quarters? You shoved like 275 in quarters in your belly button. Wasn't it something like that?
I mean, however much your laundry money was.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
So did you went to Loris all 4 or 5 years then? Loris College?
Yeah, I was on the long-term plan.
Yeah, I was too. I was there 5 years. That's cool. I didn't know. I thought you were still there when I graduated, but I graduated 2007, and I was a 2001 high school graduate.
Yeah, I was there till 11, and I got there in 6.
Yeah. So how'd you like? What was your time like at Loris? Did you feel like you fit in immediately there, or did it kind of take you a while to get used to the fact that?
I mean, it'll always be home.
What's that?
But it'll always be home.
Mm.
You had Haggerty and
my high school rival,
and Coach Healy and Coach Stu. We had the Bishop brothers. So I mean, it was good. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on with the program when I came in. And we just kind of fell off there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think Eric Hansen was an All-American for us during that time.
I missed it. That was the year after I quit. I quit my junior year. Yeah. Jordan Loy was pretty good, right?
Yeah, Jordan Loy was a qualifier, and Trevor Kaufman from like Bloomington, Normal area.
Man, that Jordan Loy, I feel so bad every time I see or talk to him now, because like the first time I ever met him, I was like a junior or senior, and I think he was a freshman. He's wearing a pink shirt to a party, and I have nothing wrong with pink shirts. I like wearing pink shirts. I think I look pretty damn good in pink shirts. But he was a freshman. I was giving him shit. I was like, "Hey, pink shirt," and I called him a name. Go get me a like. Just told him to absolutely rude as hell to him. And he kind of looked at me like, "Hell's your problem?" I think he did it, but he was like, he let me know how rude I was about it, and he never forgot about it. And it was and I had been drinking that night. There's a reason why I don't drink that much anymore. And it was one of those things I just hope that one of those things I just hope people forget the next morning. No, like every conversation I've ever had with him, he brings that up, and I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I don't really think that you
don't wear a pink shirt, boy.
Yeah, he's one of my good friends. I'm gonna bring my pink shirt.
There you go.
A PinDox pink shirt.
I got every time. I could probably work that out. But he's a super good guy that I was a total dick to the first time I met him. And they say that first impressions with people last. So that was his first impression of me, like an absolute out of nowhere dickhead. So
I think our first conversation was you telling us that we were related, and I had no clue who you were. I'm like, who's this guy?
That's funny.
No. We were at the 422. We were at a party at 422, and we were in line to get our cups filled. And I was waiting behind you, and I said to you, I was like, hey man, I was like, you cut in line, dude. You don't do that at parties. And you looked at me and you were like, you took me serious. I thought you knew who I was. Like I thought
fight.
I thought you knew that we were related to the Hardys.
College party and get asked
No.
Oh no, you looked at me and you're like, dude, I don't want any trouble with you. Like I didn't mean to cut in front of you. I'm like, dude, Trent, like, I think we're related, man. I was just joking with you. I'm not gonna give you crap about cutting in front of me at the beer line. But like after that, I kind of had to start watching like how I talked to strangers that didn't know me.
You should have just been like me and not drink beer and stayed at home.
It turns me into I can understand how somebody would perceive me as being abrasive when I'm drinking, even though I know that I don't mean 90% of it. But yeah, that was our first interaction. Then we started talking about family and stuff, and you were adamant. You're like, dude, I don't think we are, man. Like, I don't think that's adding up. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, Kevin told me. But
and then he brought out a family tree.
And we ended up in
Dubuque. Swaff would do something like that, dude. He'd go get the family tree out of the car and lay it out on the floor. And
I've been carrying this around for this moment.
Dude, what we need to bring up is some of your wedding pictures.
We can do that.
We
can have a whole segment on that.
Hell yeah.
Engagement photos and maternity.
Hell yeah. I'm going to try and look for that album real quick. I'm going to see if I can get it on the screen. Because if there's anybody out there that hasn't seen those, this is a bucket list. You got to see these. Because if you haven't, you're missing out. These were hilarious. Was this your idea or was this your wife's idea to do these?
Both.
Was it?
Yeah, our engagement photos was off of, was it Mastermind? Like the awkward photos. And then our maternity we did the Southeast Iowa White Trash.
Hey, don't you talk badly about Southeast Iowa.
Hey, I embrace it.
Yeah, me too. I love Southeast Iowa. Even though like I'm from one of the good communities, the ritzy ditzy Southeast Iowa town. Actually, the way I've always looked at it, the small towns in Southeast Iowa that have that reputation as being the good ones, like I don't know how to word it, Danville and Mediapolis. The ones that have a lot of, I don't know.
Can you read that comment, Trent?
Look who it is, the guy that shaved a smiley face in his chest when we wrestled the Iowa-Nebraska border brawl. Trent Hughes.
It's Trent Harden, Brady. Come on, man.
Dude, it always throws me off. I always have to remind myself that it's him. All right, looking for these.
Yep. Brady Punt's a good dude.
Yeah.
Who is Brady Punt?
He's out of Sioux Center. I'm not sure if he ever wrestled or not. No, he what did he wrestle? Like 189?
I think Brady, did we wrestle junior year 215?
Is that, and he always tried leg riding too. He was always leg riding. He's a big dude leg riding. And
lucky for me, I have like I'm 4 foot something. So there's nothing in the way.
How tall are you, Trent?
With boots on?
Yeah.
Oh, 5'6" and a half, 5'7".
Gotcha.
See, Brady Punt used to go down to Massey's with me, and he'd jump in the car with me and my dad, and we'd make the trek down to Underwood, Iowa, and train down there twice a week. So me and Brady, we spent some time in the car together.
Man, I can't find these pictures, and I know they're there, Trent. And we got to see them.
You probably have to look at my wife's Facebook.
Okay, what's your wife's name?
Lex.
Lex. All right. Lex Rogers? No, wait, that would be Harden.
Harden, yeah.
Are we sure? No.
Hughes.
There you go.
Let her know. I'm going to add her as a friend just in case I can't see the albums unless just let her know that I'm not some random. I'm family. I'm family. Family and. Family and a fellow Duhawk. Not a creep. Not a creep. Looking for your guys' engagement photos because, I mean, people just need to see it. It's funny.
Did you go buy it?
No, I didn't go buy it. I don't think so. What year were they, Trent?
21.
21. Oh, I feel like I'm getting close.
I seen the kid smoking the candy cigarette.
So how long have you guys known each other? Since the AAU days, or?
What did we meet at Fargo camp? Trent?
What's up?
Did we meet at Fargo camp that year? That's the first time we met?
Yeah.
We ran that dorm, whatever.
The barrack.
Yeah.
It was at McDonald's that put icy hot on.
Oh, that's exactly the first thing came to my mind too.
What happened?
Oh, dude, we all put money together and told this guy like put icy hot on his package.
Oh gosh, gotcha.
Yeah, it was
I know
crazy.
somebody did that.
And then he like started like rubbing water on it, trying to make it better, and it
Which intensified it.
Oh man, dude, they were the brightest red cherries I've ever. They were.
We actually talked our exchange student into doing that, and it was funny back then, but I feel bad about it now because he complained about that.
I still can't do that. It was wild. That dude was freaking out too. You remember him like running out to the bathrooms like ah?
Yeah, he was in tears.
Oh man, I can't even imagine. What would even like, dude? I couldn't even imagine even thinking about wanting to do that.
And then
oh man,
broke the broomstick over somebody's back.
I don't even know. I don't remember that one.
I was Zach out of Cedar Rapids. Your buddy's with him.
Me?
Zach.
I can't think of his last name right now. I think he went to Prairie. And then went to Co.
Dude, I don't know. It's like these pictures don't exist anymore. What happened to them?
You gotta give it up.
No way, dude. You want somebody doing asphalt for you to have that mentality of just giving up when you can't find something? This is the type of stuff that keeps me up all night. Because I hate not being able to find things because where is it? You know?
That's where you left it.
That's what my dad always says. Maybe one of these days it'll make sense. Hopefully. Was Coach Stewart your coach all the way through college, Trent?
Yeah. He showed up at my graduation party. Because I still hadn't decided if I was going to college or not. And Dad invited him. And so that's how I ended up at Lord.
That's cool.
And then I believe your dad would talk to me after like tournaments and stuff about Loris.
You know my dad's Mark, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that my dad and Coach Stu were in the same bracket at state?
No, I did not.
It was freaking crazy. It blows my mind. They didn't know that until they visited me at my house when they were recruiting me. Just out of all things. Yeah, Coach Stewart's a good guy. What I liked about how he showed technique was he when we would drill shots, he would really stress not just doing a shot, taking them down, leaving them there and that, the move's over. No, he would stress like taking them down and hooking that leg and finishing them off, before you call it a complete drill. Yeah. Really. I love the way that he had us drill. I just felt like it was it got our muscle memory up to par.
Did he wear glasses on the tip of his nose when he started?
I don't remember. Right? Loris is one of these things where it's like I look back and it's like, well, first off, I'm glad that I survived. I'm glad honestly I'm glad that I lived through it because I was really really wild. It's like if I would have just given them an ounce of my of anything that I had inside, then God, I could have maybe could done something for the team or something. But I basically was wasting their time the way I look at it. It's like the only reason I was in that room is to keep me out of the bars for just a small fat fraction of the year. And how is that not wasting their time if I'm not in there trying to be a national champ?
So do you know who my first varsity match at Loris was supposed to be against?
Would it have been Matt Fields?
Gillis.
Who's that?
Blake Gillis.
Ooh, not much better there, man. Like,
and it didn't end up being him, but it was Gorchers, who was the runner-up like the next year.
Yeah. So you face a team like Wartburg. It's really always like just filled with a bunch of lose-lose situations. Man, that's one thing from my Loris career that I can honestly say about myself. I was a stone cold Wartburg killer. Not very many people can say that. For whatever reason, I really had good matches against these guys. I threw a lot of, for whatever reason, Wartburg guys were susceptible to my headlock.
Can't say a headlock didn't work.
I got beat by one guy from Wartburg, and it was their third string guy. But I beat their starter, like 4 or 5 times at least. Right, pin name. Yeah, I don't want to give names or anything, but yeah, it's like how do you get like beaten by their third or fourth string guy, but then pin the first string guy? I just
get lucky with the headlock.
No, that's not luck. That's
3 times.
Strategically executed.
No, that's funny.
Well, when you first got the Loris, was it a culture shock for you at all? I'm picking your brain on this because it took me a long time to get used to the culture there. Being a Southeast Iowan from a small town, now all of a sudden I'm at school with a bunch of Chicago people that, for whatever reason, everything that I'm wearing is stupid. Everything that, like, I know, it's like, and I never felt so uncool in my entire life till I got to Loris College. And it took me a little while to figure out how to not be a geek, really.
Well, I think my biggest thing was, I was half dead in cornfield in high school, and so drinking wasn't, or partying wasn't really my thing. I did plenty of it, but I didn't have that itch to go do it. Mm-hmm. But I developed social anxiety because of all the, football house, baseball house, soccer house.
That'll happen, man. The alcohol doesn't help it either.
Yeah.
I mean, temporarily does, but
Loris helped me with open my eyes to diversity and other cultures and stuff. So that's helped me in my careers.
What do you do now?
I left prison last April after 9 years. Now I work for the Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Trent. Well, hey, man, we've actually got somebody that we need to get on because they've been on hold. But love to have you on again, dude. Call in anytime, dude. Always a fun guy to talk to. And if you're in Danville, heck, we need to hang out. Marshall's here all the time.
Like, hit me up next time.
Okay, right on. Do you go fishing?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you'd fit in perfectly.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Yep, have a good one. Have a good one, man. All right, we're gonna have Cooper Hines on. He was 4th place at 1A 106 this year. He got injured at a freestyle tournament the other day. Get this, he was wrestling that Pierce kid that won 3A 106. Alex. Yep. He was up by 5 or 6 points at the end of the match when he injured whatever it was he injured, and he couldn't finish the match. It's like, man, he's like about ready to pull off this huge win over this really,
I heard about it.
And
I hear everything.
Sometimes timing just sucks. Let's get through some comments, and then we're gonna get him on the podcast.
Is he still waiting? How do you know he's still waiting?
I've just got to text his dad. And Fred Lima, Southeast Iowa, where the men are men and the sheep are used to.
Fred's the man, dude. You need to get him on here.
Dude, Fred, did I show you my Charlie the Sheep Shack and Schmuck video that I made from high school? Because if so, that would explain the joke a little bit more. I get the joke. And maybe there are some people in Southeast Iowa that are a little too close to sheep, but I made a really funny video that's on YouTube that's about that sort of thing. I can't remember if I showed you or not. Fred Lima, people are punks when it comes to phonics. And they get hooked on him. All right, Brady Punt, you think I'd know after wrestling him? Brad Kramer, that's what's up. Underwood. Was that Dan Davila?
No, that's when I think he's talking about the building where we trained with Massey and.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Dude, my brother Justin spent a week over the summer at the Paulson's house most summers in high school. I never went. It was always, but he had nothing but great things to say about that entire community, the Lewis Central community.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, dude, they have such a great thing going there. Great, everybody's so supportive and close, and the technique is spot on, and the system, just their whole system was top notch. And Justin's always told me that Keith Massey is one of the best coaches he ever met.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Blue Wall. The walls were a big part of that success. So.
Brady Punt, yeah, love going down to the barn and the roller rink. Those were some great practices. So many studs in that room. Home of Blue Wall. You know who else is home of? Henry Wall and Zeb Wall. Beaten.
You want to talk about names that probably went through that building, that trained there, that went through Lewis Central?
Oh, Lewis Central, Underwood, man. Lewis Central.
We got, Kelgard, Brandon Mason. Did he train there?
Yes, he did.
You had Jimmy Waters,
Thomas Gilman.
Yeah, Matt Vacani,
Cody Koenig.
There's just a lot of bad.
Well, that's
dudes.
Lewis Central. Lewis Central and Underwood, they interact a lot, don't they?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bad dudes that will train there.
Now they're producing guys like Gable Porter and who's that kid that won a couple titles in Nebraska and Nick was a runner-up as a freshman in Iowa. I don't know. Yeah, always producing studs. How do you think that Gable Porter is going to do at Virginia? I love his style, man. Like that upper body, strong maniac style. Love it. So
I think he'll do good. He's got the Paulsons behind him. I really like the Paulsons' technique and their philosophy. So I think they're really building something there. So we'll see.
What I think is the good fit about Gable Porter specifically with the Paulsons is that the Paulsons, their shape was kind of, I wouldn't say they're as stocky and blocky as Gable Porter, but they weren't string beans. They were put together pretty good like that. And I think a lot of the things that worked real well for the Paulson twins would be the type of things that would work real well for Gable Porter. I just think it's a great style. I think it's great style. It's they're perfect for each other, and I think he's going to do good things. Man, DK.
David Kilgore.
Oh, yes. I thought he was calling me DK because some of my friends that I play Mario Kart with, they called me DK because I'm always Donkey Kong. I was really confused there. Hamilton. Yes, Nick Hamilton. What a freaking stud that kid is.
There's so many studs.
I watched him as a freshman at the Jayhawk Invitation at Jefferson. Oh, good Lord, I couldn't believe how good he was as a freshman. And I don't even care if he didn't win state that year. It was one of those deals where I felt the only reason he didn't win state, I can't remember who he wrestled, but it's just because he was a freshman. He wasn't mature. He wasn't physically mature. There's only so much you can do.
Right.
But let me get a hold of... All right. We're going to get Cooper Hines on the show. One of the best promising upcoming talent in the Iowa high school works right now. Plays fourth in 1A 106 this year. But was certainly capable of winning it in any division, in my opinion. He beat the guy that won his bracket, Jaden Rinkin. He beat him during the season. And the guy that won 3A, he almost beat him last week. The one guy, You know who's on a roll right now is that Lyndon Fettscum from Webster City.
He's been on a roll for a while.
Woo! How in the world did he get? Like, who was it that beat him at state? Was it? Did Carter West beat him at state, or was it Bonsack?
No, I don't know for sure.
Because
he won it his freshman year, didn't he?
He was freshman this year.
Oh, was he?
It's the younger brother. It's a freshman.
Okay.
His older brother Cameron was a 2-timer and almost won 3, but got beat by Cale Peterson.
Okay.
But yeah, this kid, I think he won postseason nationals a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I gotcha. Folk Style USA National.
Yeah, that's who Cooper wrestled at the Night of Conflict. I'd say style-wise, it's probably that would be the only guy in the entire 106 I can see even clashing with Cooper. He's able to go with anybody.
Have this Eric Waterbury call in.
Who's Eric Waterbury?
Have him call in.
Have him call in?
Yeah.
I want to see you two do $2 takedowns. All right. Well, you have to call in. Not only call in, but you have to. I don't know. I'm not creative right now. I'm so tired and stressed out.
I'll give you 20 goes and see if you can take me down once, Eric. Eric was like one of my really good friends in high school.
Where did he go to school at?
He went to Akron-Westfield, same school that I went to.
Nice.
He was, what were you, like the 4th-string, Eric? JV 215? No, I think he was varsity 215-ish.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Does he still follow Akron-Westfield?
Yeah, he actually is pretty good at wrestling stats. He knows quite a bit. He follows the sport real well.
So he probably saw my brother's finals match against John Henrich.
Yeah.
Henrich.
Yep, he would have. Yeah. He said it good there. He's a cheerleader. That's correct. He is a cheerleader. He's very vocal on the Facebook group, The Scramble. So.
Okay, that's probably where I've seen him. I spam those boards so bad. I just don't have time, man. Like, it's like I'd love to get in those groups and shoot the bull with all everything that's going on, but
here we go.
It's hard to do.
Brady Punt versus Eric Waterbury, man. I want to see that show go down again. We've seen this in the living room before, but we need a rematch in the PinDox old timers duel.
It's not going to just be old timers though, because
that don't matter.
I feel like we can get multiple crowds coming in, and not to mention everybody always says that old timers gigs that are just focused on that, they don't ever work. And it's like, well, they haven't worked because they haven't had anybody promoting the hell out of it like I would.
Oh, dude, I miss these. Oh, these two. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, you're good, dude. He wouldn't even get one takedown, not a chance.
Here goes Eric.
Ask Brady. He graduated, so he didn't have to wrestle me.
Yeah, he graduated high school, so we don't have to wrestle Eric.
How do you? I wish I could jump in and talk some smack with you guys, but I am way out of the loop here.
Oh,
I'll be the media guy that writes about it, posts an article about it.
Wow, this big spat I saw on the live show between Eric Waterbury and Brady Punt and Marshall Koethe. Yeah,
this was
really juicy.
This was daily growing up, Northwest Iowa talk to each other. So I don't know. I think Eric could get him. At least try. The one thing I'll say about Eric, he don't ever give up. Doesn't matter how many times you drowned him in the swimming pool or take him down and choke him out. He just keeps on coming. So.
All right, I'm going to post that link again for those of you who haven't seen it. We want to get somebody to call in. Not only do we want somebody to talk to, but we just kind of want to get used to all this stuff. So, even if you don't want to do it, please consider it.
I want Brady and Eric to call in at the same time.
They probably could. So have you Have you been an instigator your whole life then, Marshall?
Me?
Always the one that's like
No.
stirring the pot?
Oh, I'm a pot stirrer, but we always stir the pot for each other. So it was just something we did growing up, is talk smack to each other and wrestle in the yard or fight, or that's what we did to pass time, was fight each other.
Yeah.
Best friends fighting each other for fun.
Yeah. We used to do that a little bit too, but thing was biggest mouth this side of the Mississippi.
You gotta be able to keep up, Eric.
Well, he's got an Illinois fishing license.
Yeah, dude.
So, I don't know. That side of the Mississippi too? That'd be the entire nation. Actually, that would be the entire world.
That's funny.
Biggest mouth in the world.
Old Eric's got my initials branded on his leg. That's how bad I whooped him. I had to claim him as my own.
Every time you say Eric, I keep on thinking you're talking about Juergens. And it's like, wait a second. He would never tune into this show. And if he did, hopefully he would give me some pointers on how to improve.
Eric's branded MK as part of my cattle.
Dude, this Ryan Radloff, he left a similar comment yesterday. Says, Marshall again, you're trying to save save pin doctors. God, I need to get that meme going. Save pin doctors. Venmo me. Marshall again, you're trying to save pin doctors, laugh out loud. I will watch later after work. Yesterday was a good one.
Ryan was actually a real tough high school wrestler.
Yes, and I've read that name, certainly.
He used to go back and forth with Chris Utash.
Okay. There's been a few Radloffs over the years.
I don't know about that, but I know Ryan's probably one of the few guys that was known to flip off the crowd in duel. And he was tough. I think he actually beat Chris for 5th place their freshman year, I think. So, and it's just one of those things. Support system, training program you're in, but he had tons and tons of potential.
Who are some of the guys that you can think of that you grew up wrestling with that had so much potential, but nobody knows their name because they may have quit, they may have just always had a bad tournament at districts or something. Who are some of the best wrestlers that people do not know that you grew up with?
Some of the best wrestlers in youth wrestling in Northwest Iowa.
Oh man,
Audubon, Kirk Landon. I actually was just talking to Kirk Landon from Audubon earlier today. He's bringing some kids from wherever he's at. I can't remember. He's bringing them back to Iowa. And me and Kirk Landon, man, we had some rivalries. And we'd wrestle each other a lot in Greco and freestyle. And he was a stud out of Audubon.
Histerote is how you say his last name. I had never heard of him before you told me about him. And he beat you twice?
Yeah.
That'd be something that I don't think any Southeast Iowans knew him. Probably one of these guys that placed but was good enough to win it if he's not in a TJC Bolt bracket, you know?
Yeah.
This comment right here. You need to get some Audubon representation on here. Okay, Marshall, you're going to have to take over for about 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Well, that's what I was talking about, Kirk Landon. He's from Audubon.
Yeah, you know, that girl I dated a couple years ago, she was from Audubon.
And I don't know who else is would be from Audubon.
Ian Greason. The Carnes family.
I don't know. You guys got me here. Kygers. Wait, how old were Kygers? What year were they? And the only reason I knew Kirk was because he used to come over to the building and train with us. And then Kirchhoffs. So that's familiar. Kirchhoffs. So
you want some Audubon love? You got it.
Oh,
you got some Audubon love. Which really, I'm really thrilled right now because, as you can probably all guess, God damn it. I'm always looking for an excuse to wear sleeveless T-shirts. I wanted an excuse to be able to show off my guns. And Brad Kramer, man, he always comes to my rescue. Look at this. Audubon Wheelers.
There you go.
Yeah, how long did I date her?
I don't know.
A year or two?
Yeah, a couple years.
I've been in Audubon a lot. Met some really cool people there. The Carnes family. It's a great family from Audubon. You know the Carnes family, Brett?
Mm.
Yes, Andy Kiger. There's a couple of Kigers, wasn't there? Kirchhoffs. There's an Audubon kid that Hunter Washburn wrestled that year that he broke his wrist or something when he wrestled Carter Happel. It was like he was a 2-time state champion going for 3, and he got beat out. He got beat out by an Audubon kid. Can't remember his name though. Kirchhoffs, Matt Kiger. Yes, Andy Kiger and Matt Kiger. One was a runner-up, right? Then the other one won it.
No, I don't know.
This shirt used to belong to a guy named Dustin Andreessen. Big, strong Hulkamaniac guy. Like literally, he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Al Borkowski and Joel Huffman.
I know
SBL.
I remember Joel Huffman, the Sergeant Bluff coaches. Had a big black mustache, like almost like a handlebar mustache, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they were from Audubon.
Yeah. It's a cool little community. They've got really good Mexican food. There's this little Mexican restaurant. Man, I eat every meal at that place just because it's so awesome. I need to make another visit to that place just because I miss it, but it would be kind of weird if I was there, Jeremy Carnes, yes, I've gotten to know Jeremy Carnes a little bit the last year. And I think his nephew is Caden Carnes. He's in a rock band. Great people. Just a matter of time before I start hanging out with them. But here I am with a sleeveless shirt now. Audubon Wheelers. And I always thought that Wheelers was a cool name for like a mascot. Because for one, I don't know what it is. What is it?
No.
A Wheeler? Would it be like I always thought it was like the wheels on a...
That's what I thought.
Like a... Matt won it, and Andy must have gotten second. Cool. Hey, anybody want to chime in? Anybody want to call us?
It's about my bedtime. I gotta get up early, do some asphalt.
Yeah, me too.
So.
Me too. I gotta film Marshall doing asphalt while I carry the weight and do all the work as well at the same time.
Maybe. So.
Yeah, at the end of the day tomorrow, you're not going to feel so bad about 40. You're going to be like, oh, he looks like he's getting around pretty good at 40.
There you
I
go.
can't wait. Conestoga Wagon Wheel. Cool. I like it. It's original, so I like it. And it's, I remember I was having a discussion with this person that I knew very well from Audubon. We used to always argue about which school was better, Mediapolis or Audubon. I don't know why we argued about it, because one's in southeast Iowa and the other one's in southwest Iowa. It was just petty arguments. But every year, those two would be just right next to each other in those school rankings they come up with every year. Audubon and Meepo, two of the best small schools in the state of Iowa.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Audubon's a great community. And another thing that I noticed when I would hang out at like the bowling alley and talk to some of the people that knew wrestling there is they've got a little rivalry with Oakland.
Oh yeah.
And what's that school that Evan Hansen's from? I don't remember. He just got hired.
The Rebels.
I don't remember, but Evan Hansen's a big deal there. So is the school. And then there's Battle Creek, Ida Grove with Cash Wilkie. Logan Magnolia. There's a lot of Logan Magnolia jealousy with some of the... No offense, Audubon wrestling community, but I've noticed that some of the wrestling fans that I've talked to, they kind of don't have a lot of... They kind of seem to want what Logan, Magnolia, and Oakland Riverside have had. They kind of long for something like that. But as a result, they don't have too many good things to say about those communities. It's probably the same way that Wapello talks about Mediapolis and Mediapolis talks about Wapello.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to punch out for the night. I need to get up early. I'm probably going to get up about 4:35, see what I need to get done for asphalt to come.
I'm still chilling. I'm not ready to.
So you guys are more than welcome to talk to Josh here as long as you want, but I'm going to check out.
Yeah, watch the viewership just plummet.
You guys have a good night. I appreciate you guys having me. Fred.
Hey, Fred. I'm going to misinterpret this on purpose. Fred wants to buy a leather PinDox shirt. God, I could probably get $20 off something like that.
He'd look pretty good in one, too. Asphalt never sleeps.
Like, do a PinDox Village People show.
Oh, I love you too, Freddie boy.
Asphalt never sleeps.
We'll see you guys. Have a good night.
Dude, Fred, man, thanks for tuning in, dude. Appreciate it. All right. So here we are. I'm going to be paying attention to that number at the top of my screen very closely because I want to see, it'll give me an idea as to how annoying I am, because if that number goes down, if it spikes down as I'm expecting it to, kind of, I'm going to be like, man, I need to probably rethink my approach to how I'm doing these. But right on, Fred. Love you too, buddy. And hey, Fred, would you like to call in? I can send you a link if you'd like to. Say some good things about Liberty Wrestling. Just itching for somebody to call in and talk to us. You know who I need to get on here is Garrett Kozik from Belle Plaine and Paul Bradley from South Tama. All right, Fred, I'm going to send you the link here. All right, we've got the head coach at Liberty, Fred Lima. He's going to be joining us here in a couple minutes. Hey, Marshall.
What?
Fred's joining us.
Is he? Right,
yeah. Just click the link that I just posted, Fred.
Oh, as I pull the TV off the...
The one that says StreamYard.com/JSJV something.
Come on, Fred. Figure it out, dude.
No, we're not roommates, but I see... Here, I'll click this real quick. Curtis Smith, are you guys roommates? No, but he kind of comes and goes as he pleases in my house because he knows I trust him and I don't really care anyways.
I'm working in the area and living in my camper for the moment.
He's a Southeast Iowa wannabe, and he uses my house sometimes as a place to.
I'm kind of like a gypsy. I go where I want, stay where I want, go visit my family when they want me to, or they'll let me.
There he is. Let's get him on here.
Keith, can I still talk?
Oh,
hey, there we go. Sup, dude?
What's going on, Freddie boy?
How you doing, Marshall?
Not too bad.
Hey, not too bad, man. Just try not to stumble over my words. I'm struggling today for whatever reason.
You guys are doing great. This is the beginning of something great.
Thank you. The intentions are to keep it going. I put this off for a long time simply because I didn't want to learn how to use the technology. Now I'm starting to figure it out, so there's no reason to not do them.
Sure. Once you figure it out, the fear of the unknown is the worst.
Yes. Sometimes when you meet new people, one of the things they'll say about themselves is, I like to learn new things. And every time somebody says something like that, I'm just like, oh man, doesn't it give you a headache? But there's only one way to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Get punched in the face.
Yes, sir. That's right. Tell us.
You never want to see a kid get in a fight or get in trouble or get injured. But there was something to be said for when we were kids
third, fourth, fifth grade, you would get punched in the mouth once. You didn't run your mouth so much. And your parents also kind of knew who the troublemakers were.
Right.
So it was like a double-edged sword. It was good for everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
But now it's like we lowered the standard to the least common denominator rather than the highest character.
Right. No,
And that is where wrestling can save this country. In my opinion.
I think so.
And Marshall's my agent. Me and Marshall are in agreement. He's the best.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like Marshall, he showed and it's like a mystery situation. Phases to the shot. The other coach is like, wow, we're gonna go level. Exactly.
So what you're saying, he's got a confident way of showing things to where it seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Yes.
I'm just checking. He's that way with fishing too.
Whatever confidence you have ascribed it, he is college high level. And this is better.
Hey Fred, you're cutting out real bad. Do you want to check your connection by chance?
I have Chinese internet. Is that a thing?
What's that?
I have a University of China internet.
Oh, I thought you said that you were speaking Chinese. I was like, well, I don't speak Chinese, man. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
You can go Mandarin, but I only have like 6 words.
Oh man, that's on my bucket list, dude. I want to.
How many words are in the Mandarin language?
A lot.
10,000.
Quite a few.
10,000.
Oh,
nice.
I'm sorry, 10,000 letters.
Wow, that's
We
letters.
have 26.
I can't even make sense of that.
Isn't that insane? They have over 10,000 letters.
I can't think of how I've thought about this a lot, like over the years, and I thought that 26 covered them all.
I did too. But it's like just like Marshall, he has 10,000 ways to get to a bar or a half an hour or something. So there's always different ways.
Oh, for sure. There's not one way to do things.
That's what I love about wrestling. There's a million ways to skin the proverbial cat.
Oh, there you go.
Get to the mountain.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that sometimes when coaches and athletes clash or don't have much progress with each other is when a coach fails to recognize that every different kid has their own different skill sets and their own different ways of learning and being coached. And sometimes you get these athletes that are my way or the highway that are coached by a coach that can be my way or the highway. And it's just so important that people are just in touch with that. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of headbutting.
Well, you know what? I think you're right. And I think sometimes coaches they cave too easy. So like there is a right and wrong way in every position of wrestling, right? It's 5,000 years old. There's certain positions where you're like head up, get your elbow closer to your rib cage, drop your hands, whatever the simple advice might be. But at the same time, there might be a dynamic where like if you have Yanni, his leg in the air, he'll dive under your far ankle, never expose his back, turn into you, never get hurt his knee, and end up somehow getting a takedown.
It's unbelievable. Just straight up inventive and innovative.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have to be willing to go into the danger zone. You got to be willing to put your knee in that dangerous situation and know how to handle it.
Otherwise, you'll never be comfortable there.
Like Jaden Ironman. Last year, his senior year. Is the Nebraska told me. Guy had his toe. Guy had a hold in his elbow. Jaden tried something funky. And I knew he was knee out right in that moment.
All right.
Oh.
And it's like you never let anybody touch your legs.
Right.
Or hurt your knees. Because you only get 2 ACLs. And how many replacements can you have?
And Spencer gets unlimited.
Unlimited. I mean, you look at my son's club coach, Marshall's partner, Dylan Carew, one of the greatest talented wrestlers
in the era.
era. And he blew his knee out several times. I mean, what? That's bad.
Right.
That's whip, bend, kick, whip, take, knock, whip, and he's a dick. And he can do that.
Match up. Right.
You know, but grace God.
Yeah.
You know, I was lucky. You know,
You're cutting out again.
You're cutting out again.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Not your fault.
Hey, Joe Biden is not a great president.
Oh, amen, brother.
Hey, I have one rule. I have one rule on Pin Doctors, and that's no politics.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's all good. But yeah, my mom and dad, that's something that they say too.
But I will say something about Marshall's family. I was lucky enough to stay with them for the Kiwi States. So they had an Airbnb, and they had a great place they were staying. And I went up to see them, and I would watch the tournament all day, and then I went back to the place, Graceland, I believe.
Yep.
My brother Brennan won 2 titles there.
I tell you what. I mean, Marshall's on Eastside might be the most mature young kid that I know. And Zeke might be the most amazing guy that never says a word. Like he said one sound, and everybody's hanging on the sound because Zeke is just a savage.
Oh, he is savage.
Owen will be president.
Oh, is that funny?
Owen is so well adjusted. And so I just tip my cap to Marshall, raising 3 boys 3 different ways, but always put them first. Not to mention it. And not to mention utter animal.
Right. She's a beast.
She's special. At the banquet. That's a help.
Yeah. Thank you.
We can all does a wonderful with these kids with this program. Me and our tournaments weekend. Doing the dishes, taking up and it deserves that Marshall's wife, all the wives, Greco, your wife, they're the wonderful world.
Yes, for sure, definitely.
My wife?
Yeah, your wife too.
Oh no, we got divorced a couple years ago.
That's
your new girlfriend. Go ahead and
Yep, I've been with the same one for a year. There's been a few since my divorce. But I tagged you on Facebook, let everybody know that you're on.
The greatest thing.
Man, I can't. You're cutting out real bad. Would you be able to go to a different spot in your where there might be better reception?
Yes.
All right. I gotta go, man. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up early. You have a good night, Fred.
Marshall, you're there, dude.
We'll talk to you later. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Man, we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark right now, and I feel like it's only been 30 minutes. But yeah, I don't have anything better to do. I mean, I don't even have the kids tonight, and that's kind of a rare thing for me. So I'm raising 3 daughters by myself. So yeah, and I would say I have them 13 out of 14 days usually. They are 5, 10, and 12.
Well, I tell you what. You get down to Iowa City. I got 2 stepdaughters. 15 and 17. Best babysitters ever.
Oh yeah.
You bring them down here and hang out with us anytime.
That sounds awesome. I'm in Iowa City quite a bit. I'm only an hour south, and 2 of my brothers live there. So I go there as much as I can anyways. but I have the gas money for it. Speaking of that, if any of you guys like what you're seeing here and would like to support what we're doing, please send stars our way.
Rico, how do they send stars? Because
there's a
we wanted to send stars, and we couldn't find them.
There's a link to it. It's like Facebook, fb.com/stars.
Okay,
I don't know why they can't do that
right now. What do they do?
They let me post the link real quick, actually.
Do it up.
There's a facebook.com/stars. Hopefully it's not the wrong thing that I'm posting here. But they can purchase these stars here. I don't know why they can't just have regular, currency. You have to buy stars, really, but yeah, so apparently 1 star is equal to a penny. Yeah, so if somebody sends like 99 stars, it'd be like $1. Curtis Smith.
How do they send like $50, $100?
That would be 10,000 stars.
10,000.
Man, I would remember it forever, man. I will have your back for life because I'm kind of down and out. I hope someday I look back at this phase of my life and I'm just like, man, I'm glad I got through that. Because it just sucks having financial instability.
Rico, if I could say one thing. You are so close to the dream that you've set for yourself. You've encountered a tough time, financially, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And you will get through this. But I think the number one thing is keep the positivity of what you've always done. And then everybody, and I will reach out to my people. Everybody will reach out to their people. And everybody needs to give a little bit to an organization. That's awesome as yours is. Because you're putting wrestling on the. I wouldn't be a podcast right now. Wrestling and Rico, right? I wouldn't have been able to make Marshall the last or two, right? This is what it's all about. Men that have fought in this sport that we love. They don't want us weirdos talking about nonsense. They want to see guys that talk about these types of things. You know. And I just think so close to the finish. It's always dark before the dawn. And man, you have more people love you than you know.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. And you send me right now. People, I will lead the way. Okay, listen. I'm not a super wealthy guy. I run a home healthcare company. I make like $3,000 a year. Okay, at the moment. I got 2 kids. I got 4 kids. Me and my girlfriend. What we got going on? And I got money for this. Because this is important. And this is important to wrestling. And that's what I'm saying. So anybody who's ever friends with me, whether it's in University of Iowa or in Ohio, North Olmsted, Cleveland, Little Italians, chip in.
That was such a nice compliment, man. I thank you so much.
You have done something for the sport of wrestling that is so thorough in its research, so proper in its admiration of those champions that have come, and so positive for those people that can come in the future. That I don't know how we cannot have your organization. How the hell can we not have PinDox? This needs to be part of what we are going forward. And it needs to be every state. There needs to be a PinDox of every state. You know what I mean? So you're the ultimate PinDox, and then we need to have 49 more. And we need to bring those lessons. And we need to get that donor money going. And we need to bring this up to something that you can make a living doing. Because I think enough people enjoy it that it should be your living. It's made my life. I love it. That interview gave my son at the Solon tournament.
Yeah.
Never been in it before. He did very well.
Oh, he did great. He was so nervous too. He was so nervous. I'm like, dude, like, I don't know, like, I consider myself to be not a judgmental person. It's like, don't worry, dude. I'm like, if you don't like how you felt you sounded, I won't ever post anything you don't want me to. I'm not gonna do anybody dirty like that.
Bingo.
And I guess I have a question, and I'm hoping maybe you can give me some insight, because ever since I started this thing, when I started this thing, I kind of had a different vision in mind as to what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot like The Predicament, which is where I used to write before I came here. But then when I started it, I soon discovered that I couldn't be anything or anybody else but myself. So I just did stuff that was the non-conventional way, sometimes not professional way, and it's me. So I don't care. It's my identity. And I just went with it. But I've gotten to a point where I don't really know what the Pin Doctor's identity is. I don't know what its spot is, and I don't know where it fits in. I don't really know what I have. A lot of people think of it as just nothing but like a history site. I definitely didn't want that. I want people to know that I know current wrestling too. I get that.
You know what? For those people, screw them. You've started by laying down a foundation, a respectable foundation, a respectable admiration of the champions that have come for the last 20, 30 years. And that's the way to build the foundation so that your product can sit on a factual foundation that it can build itself on while showing respect to all the great champions. I think it's amazing that you always put a great detail to make sure you have everybody's credentials proper. You don't want to short anybody. I remember when came on, he's a two-time. Like you were particular about the detail, and you were like, tell me that, and for whatever the old days have to be the roots of the new days. So you laid the groundwork, promoted the present, got us excited about the future. What else can you do? I think you're doing what you're doing, and it's amazing.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And like when the main thing I wanted to accomplish when I started this thing is I wanted something that was different than everything else. Not that I have anything against the other ones. I just want it to be different. I want to come up with something that doesn't look like the others. Because sometimes you see sites and they're like almost different variations of other sites. There's like all kinds of baby flow wrestlings out there. There's even a baby track wrestling out there. And I don't want to be a baby. I just didn't want to be a baby. I just kind of wanted to. And another thing I wanted to do, and I think this might be the therapist in me, but like, I wanted to make it socially acceptable for wrestlers to be able to express their feelings and their thoughts, even if it pertains to their opponents and what they were thinking at the time they were competing against them. Because I don't feel like that's weak. And I feel like sometimes when people get to a certain level in wrestling, it's almost like admitting that you have feelings or thoughts is like admitting that you're vulnerable and that you're weak. And I feel like confronting those things make you strong. And it helps you learn.
This is one of our
Is one of your managers?
Knows more than most.
Hey, dude, Fred, do you have any headphones by chance?
I don't connect my phone. But I'm about to close the door. I'll see you in the office.
What's that?
I can close the door. Do me in the office.
Okay, because you're cutting out kind of bad. It's kind of frustrating because it'll work really good for a couple minutes and then it'll cut out again. By the way, Draven, I had no idea. Draven Fenton says if he puts headphones on, the echo will go away. Dude, I had no idea that Draven watched this show. That kid was a stud growing up. What's that?
I'm
Oh.
I'm about to get some AirPods.
Oh, right on. Draven, if you're still watching, if you're still listening, dude, thanks for tuning in, man. I had no idea that you even liked wrestling anymore or had any interest in it. It was a lot of fun watching you wrestle growing up, dude. You were, I don't care if you quit when you were in high school. You were an absolute hammer forever, as far as I'm concerned. And it's really cool that you got to do it at such a high level for as long as you did, Draven. Thanks for tuning in.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you a lot better now. I just can't see you. There you are.
All right.
There we go.
We got it fixed.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Big Draven Fenton.
This is my first AirPods. This is my first AirPods.
What are AirPods?
First time, I swear to God. It's a cordless earphone from Apple.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Kenzie.
So that'll be something that I probably purchase in about 10 years. I'm a little bit behind the times, man.
I've never worn an AirPod before. This will be the first time.
Oh, great. Now I have people saying that I need headphones on. I could definitely do that because I have... Rico, I think you need headphones on. I love it when people call me Rico. Well, actually, I have it on my label now, but usually when people call me Rico... people that call me Rico are usually people that know me from The Predicament, because that's what my name was there.
But do you know what the Rico acts are?
The Rico acts? Uh-uh.
The Rico acts are how the United States Congress brought down the mafia.
Oh, gotcha. I did read a little something about that on a Chiefs forum once in the...
So Rico's like if I convince all the people to only get one takedown, or only get no takedowns, but then throw it in overtime. So the mafia then would be controlling the business by giving best practices, which are against actual best practices.
Gotcha.
Kind of like every other website except yours.
Really?
Except maybe Flow Wrestling.
Man, with Flow Wrestling, why is this thing not working now?
Christian Piles is the worst.
Is he? I've only... One second, I got to get this thing...
He acts like a baby on all the debates. You're such a gentleman on all your debates.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the earphones in today. One second. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Rico, who's the best guy you ever wrestled?
Danny Ellsbury. The guy that beat me for 5th and 6th at state. Dude, I caught him when he was pissed off because he, in the semi-consoles, he wrestled the guy that I beat 2nd round. And he got cradled and pinned right away. Just got caught and pinned. And he was pissed. And I was pissed too because I was wrestling Creston's head coach, Cody Downing, in that same round. And I was up like 4-0 and got headlocked and pinned myself. So I was pissed. I went out there like feeling more mentally ready for any match that I've ever had in my entire life. Like I've never actually gone out there angry. Usually I went out there like scared of losing type thing. But I was ready to go, man. And I didn't expect to run into a boulder with arms that was pissed. More pissed than me. I didn't even know what hit me, man. I couldn't wait to get off the mat. He beat me 11-3, but it might as well have been 50-3. That's what it felt like.
Interesting way to go out there. Some guys go out afraid to get scored on. Kind of like you were saying, like hyper afraid of the enemy's attacks. Some guys are calm and loose. Some guys are like ready for war. Almost like their nose is ready to bleed. They're pacing back and forth. They can't wait to get punched in the face. Some guys got to be hype. Some guys got to be steady. And some guys got to be low, you know. And it's interesting how all the three styles can fail a guy or deliver for a guy or be like an all-time great moment.
You know, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's crazy, like the fear. Alan Freed, okay, I don't mean to speak for him. But my friend, one of my dear friends is Alan Freed. Alan Freed, I remember he made a comment to me one time. He had never wrestled a consolation match ever in folk style after his freshman year of high school. That includes college. So every single tournament, he was in the finals. From his sophomore year in high school all the way through the end of his folk style career. In fact, one year Al lost to Casey Cunningham at the Midlands.
Okay, educate me on Casey Cunningham.
Casey Cunningham is the assistant coach at Penn State.
Oh, okay.
He was 3 or 4 time All-American from Central Michigan. NCAA finalist. Lost to Jeff McGinnis in the NCAA finals.
Oh, okay.
And then won it the next year. Well, the year between there, he wrestled Al in the Midlands finals. Al was maybe not folk style ready. And funny story. I can't even say. Al would not want me to say. But when Al walked off the mat after losing, I'll go ahead and say it. Al told me, just him to me. Now this is just two guys walking down a tunnel. Nobody else. Al said, if I'm going to lose the bums like that, I should retire. You know.
Yeah.
He lost to Casey Cunningham and he thought, I'm done.
Mm.
You know. That's how tough Al Freed was. And I need to say that because that guy doesn't get any credit. He only lost to Tom Brands in college.
That was his only person that beat him?
Maybe a roller beat him in his redshirt year. But that's it.
Man, that was
so first Cale Sanderson was undefeated, and he lost once his redshirt year. Well, then I think we probably Al lost to Shane Roller too.
Yeah.
And John Smith counts both Al's All-Star match losses to Tom Brands on his loss record. Well, it doesn't count for any other college wrestler ever.
Tom Brands beat John Smith in an All-Star meet?
No.
Freed.
Tom Brands beat Al Freed.
I know.
John Smith countered it.
Oh, gotcha.
John Smith above Alan Freed in the all-time wins for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean,
Al should be number 4. He has 4 losses. All the Tom Brands. Alan Freed is a 2-time NCAA finalist. He's a champion. And he forgave a year because of probation. That he would have been a champion. He would have had the same resume as Ben Askren. That's how good. And Al Freed, if he was the same weight as Ben Askren, he would have tore him up.
Man, I need to research him a little bit more because honestly, I don't know much about him. I remembered him from when I was a little kid, just like, as the enemy from, the Iowa State, like the Iowa Hawkeye State that I come from. Because that's all we watched was Iowa and Iowa State. That's all we got.
Are you kidding me? I would go in the video room for Iowa. And we had videos of Nebraska, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Kerry Cola, Alan Freed. There was not too many individuals. There were individual videos on. Alan Freed was one of them. He was that tough.
Yeah, I the first time I was educated really about him. Have you seen the All-Star match between him and Brands that's on YouTube?
Yeah, Brands' shoe came off.
Yeah, that's my station. Like somebody sent me the VCR tape, and I converted that to my YouTube channel. And I didn't know how good Freed was when I posted it, and somebody was just like, "Do you realize that you just went on and on and on about how good Tom Brands is, and you didn't say one word about how good Freed was, and that's who Tom Brands beat in that video? You just wrote Alan Freed from Oklahoma State." I'm like, well, how good was he? And then they told me, and I'm like, well, I was 7, but usually I remember stuff when I was 7.
I was 7.
Did he ever? So how many times did he beat Tom Brands?
He beat Tom Brands. I believe 2 times in high school, and then I believe 2 times in college. And then I believe Tom Brands beat him 3 or 5 times in college.
Gotcha.
Alan, he pinned and teched both Tom and Terry and Troy Steiner.
Okay.
Dennis Hall.
Wow.
All for a Fargo win. That bracket is an all-timer.
Man, if you can get a hold of that bracket, like the actual...
They got it at St. Ed's. All four of Alan Freed's. Alan Freed is
Man, have somebody take a picture of that for me.
He's the only 4-time freestyle junior champion of Fargo ever. And Alan won the first 3. Then he went to the Junior Worlds. And then when he got back to the Junior Worlds, he had a bunch of stitches on his head and an injury. And they say, hey, nobody's ever won 4. Why don't you win 4? And I'm pretty sure Alan got off the plane, lost the damn night, killed his way through the bracket, faced Dan Knight again in the finals, and then I believe he beat him by 10.
Oh, man. Dan Knight before he got injured. Woo!
This was before Dan Knight got injured.
Okay, gotcha.
This is Alan Freed and Dan Knight at their full power.
Man, having a win over Dan Knight.
You know what I mean? And in fact, I will say as the new head coach, we were at a tournament, and Dan Knight was in Bettendorf is a really good team.
Oh yeah.
And I told him, I said, hey, my friend Alan Freed says hi. And Dan Knight turned to me and said, hey, that guy's a stud. Tell him I said hi. And then he invited us to be in the Bettendorf tournament next year.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great family, man. They've actually provided a lot of content that I've posted on the site. Their older brother Jeff Knight, and they got a brother named Steve Knight. Didn't Steve Knight beat John Smith once?
Steve Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. High school.
He was a stud. All those nights. Dan Knight's, as you know, Dan Knight's freshman son won his first title this year.
Yeah. I watched that match. That kid's a stud.
Yes, he is. Drew Ayala has got to win a state title, man. If he doesn't, it's almost just crazy to me.
But hey, listen. What if he doesn't? So maybe he wins 3 titles in college.
That's a good point, man. Like my brother Brennan's trying to do. He didn't win state in high school. Won two NAIA titles, and now he's at Iowa trying to do the same.
Jordan Burroughs. What did he get? One?
He was so close to not winning that one. He was losing with like 30 seconds, like maybe 10 seconds left in the match. I don't know if he won his senior year finals match in overtime or if it was like right at the end, but he was losing. If he wouldn't have won that match, he wouldn't have been invited to senior nationals. If he wouldn't have gone to senior nationals, he wouldn't have been recruited by Nebraska because that's where they recruited him, at senior nationals. And you had to be a state champion to wrestle there. Just think if he wouldn't have gotten the guts at that door. Right, man. If he wouldn't have somehow found the guts to win that match that he was losing late, there would be no Jordan Burroughs. The line is razor thin. I mean, and that's not saying that he wouldn't have been capable. Obviously, he's capable, but how are you going to accomplish something if you're not being recruited? You know?
Bingo.
And it's just crazy. I bet when Burroughs did that, I bet when he came back and won that finals match when he was a senior, I wonder if he had any idea the effect that would have on the rest of his life. Because I think that if he didn't win that match, he may be like a D3 guy, honestly.
Who, Jordan?
Yeah, because
he would
winning state got him 12.
Guy?
What's that?
You're saying he might end up like Nebraska Omaha?
Yeah, which is fine.
Ernie?
Right. Well, probably somewhere out east.
Awesome wrestling, dude.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because if he didn't win state, he wouldn't have been invited to the tournament that he was recruited at. It's just great.
That's a good point.
Like,
but then he also says that Metcalf was the toughest guy to ever wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-hmm. And then Metcalf beat him twice. But then look what he did. He moved beyond it. I mean, that's what Jordan Burroughs did. You know, it's like Michael Jordan. So,
oh yeah.
Like any of the people that got in his way, that's just like it's a tip of the cap to those people as well. Right?
Right.
I mean, they almost kept Jordan Burroughs down.
Mm-hmm.
Like Burroughs kept Dake Taylor down. No, this is like Burroughs keeping Dake Taylor down
mm-hmm.
is similar to like whatever. Did you see the Russian video where Sabalov beat the new Dagestani kid in like the semifinals at the Russian Nationals?
Mm-hmm.
And they had to call the military?
I didn't hear about it.
Holy shit. So Sabalov, remember Sabalov? He was a silver medalist at Burroughs like 5 years ago.
Weren't the Russians calling Spencer Lee Little Sadulov or something?
Yeah. No, not Sadulov.
Sabalov.
T-S-A-B-A-L-O-V.
Gotcha.
To Sabalov. So handsome guy, black hair. He moved away from Russia. He wrestled for either Bahrain or somebody. But he must have went back to Russia this year. So he's in the Russian Nationals. And he's beating the guy from Dagestan, who he's not supposed to beat. And he catches him in the leg lace and he attacks him.
Wow.
But before he attacks him, the Rush jumps out of the mat and stops the match. Then the military jumps out. And they're threatening to kill anybody. One guy has a pistol in his hand, walking around with a pistol waving around.
Man.
And Sabalov ends up winning the match. So when the ref stopped, it was 14-6. And the guy was about to go again. So it would have made it 16-6. But they stopped it. Sabalov ended up getting walked out under military care rather than win the match.
Wow.
Isn't that sad?
That's crazy. Huh.
Guys that leave Russia will never beat Russia. Now there's a new guy. He went to Greece. A lot of the Russian wrestlers this year went to Greece. They will never beat the Russian because their family will get killed.
Mm-hmm.
They won't beat the Russian. Watch it this year. Watch all the guys. Okay, Karuglev at 86 kilos. He has left. He will face David Taylor. He will face Miles Amin. He has left. Karuglev will not beat the Russian. Guaranteed.
Is wrestling the biggest sport in Russia?
Soccer and wrestling.
Soccer and wrestling and hockey?
Hockey too, but I think soccer and wrestling are more. I'm not saying the hockey guys are rock stars, but I think the soccer and wrestling are like the grindy.
You know, people say that we can't have a pro league because it just wouldn't work in the States. It's that sort of thing that makes me think, bullshit. If they can do it, we can. It's just a matter of sparking something to get the culture in the right place in order to pull it off.
The rules for wrestling have gone in the right direction for like 10 years. We can't ruin it now.
I think there's things that are like underlying that people don't usually think about that could come into play. Like one thing that I'm real big on is not disrespecting basketball players, because those basketball players supported us way more than we ever supported them. And now
kids off drugs.
Yeah,
kids in the gym.
You never know whose kids are going to wrestle someday.
Think of the inner cities. They can't have a baseball field. That's too expensive. They can't have a pool. That's too expensive. They can't have a football field. They can have either a basketball court or a wrestling mat. And I'll tell you what, if we put as many inner city kids on the wrestling mat as we can, you know exactly what I know. Those kids are going to put gold medals on their necks. They're tough.
Oh yeah. They've been through some adversity, and they'll do anything to get out of it.
Just like boxing.
Mm.
No, different.
Mike Tyson, straight out of Catskill.
Yes. Mike Tyson in the Catskills. Holy shit! He went to Custom Auto's house, and he's looking around. And Custom Auto goes, "I've been robbed before." He's like, "You think I'm gonna fall asleep and you're gonna rob me?" And Mike Tyson, "I'm sorry." He's like, "Well, I had people like you before."
Yeah.
And then Mike Tyson ended up loving him.
Like a father.
Death for him.
Here's an interesting Mike Tyson tidbit. He had to take learning disability courses for like when he was in school. And do you know who he had in special education class? In his class? Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe!
Who he knocked the fuck out.
No, Tyson and Bowe never fought. I always got the vibe that Bowe and Tyson were pretty decent friends, and they didn't really have any interest in fighting each other.
Riddick Bowe that win the Army, and then got kicked out like 8 months later?
Yeah, Riddick Bowe that beat Holyfield twice.
Yes!
Yeah, man, I love Riddick Bowe. I love Evander Holyfield. I was a big fan of those two more than I was Tyson back in those days. But the older I get, the more I love watching Tyson. I missed that era of boxing so much, dude. Like Julio Cesar Chavez, freaking Roy Jones Jr. These kids don't know what they missed out on. With Roy Jones Jr. I can't even put into words how good that guy was.
Who has the best single leg you've ever seen? For me, Eric Juergens.
I know Juergens pretty well. I know I've watched every Juergens match, like that they ever recorded. Anyways, I've only got a couple more to convert. I'm actually somewhat of a Juergens. What do you call it? Somewhat of an Eric Juergens. Not historian, but like expert. That's not the word. But the way I saw it with Eric Juergens, and I've watched almost every match he had in high school, his freshman and sophomore year, he somehow managed to be a 2-time state champion that was undefeated. Now, when I say somehow, it doesn't surprise me one bit that he was able to win 2 state titles, but I mean, staying undefeated in those 2 years is a totally different ball of wax. And the reason I phrase it that way is because in those first 2 years of high school, I felt like he had a lot of natural gifts that sometimes he kind of he didn't rely on, but they were always there to get him out of trouble if he was ever there. His junior year, he was a different animal, and that was and ironically, that was actually the first year that he had after he started doing Fargo and stuff like that. So it's like right when he started doing that, his junior year, that's when he started wrestling at the level of GOAT status. Like when he did. Yeah. His first 2 years, I mean, what bad can you say about him? He was a 2-time undefeated state champion in those first 2 years. But when I watched Juergens as a sophomore, or especially a freshman, compared to Juergens as a junior, I mean, Juergens is a junior and senior would tech Juergens as a freshman, sophomore. He'd tech him out. What do you mean?
Oh.
His junior and senior year was like when he like refined his technique a little bit. But when you talk to him about it, he'll tell you that he didn't learn how to wrestle till he came to Iowa. Is what he'll say. It's like, well,
You're right.
I think you knew how to wrestle when you're in high school too. And so I sometimes wonder how naturally it came for him, because it's obvious to me that his. Oh yeah, he's a freak athlete.
I'll tell you what, Juergens he was one of those guys on day one. Gable knew he had the best single. And I'm not. Listen. I am nobody to be putting words in Dan Gable's mouth. So I don't mean to sound like that.
Oh, you don't sound that way.
Eric Juergens walked into that room, started hitting single legs on everybody. And then he beat Stephen Abbas. Right?
Good.
And then he moved up. Otherwise,
and then beat Cody Sanderson. What's that?
Otherwise, if Eric Juergens
didn't move up,
Stephen Abbas is never Stephen Abbas.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
He never beat Juergens. Juergens was bulletproof against him, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to think about. What's also crazy is that he went up to 133, I think, and he beat Cody Sanderson in the finals.
Yep.
What's crazy is Cody's brother Cole beat Eric in the Fargo finals when they were cadets. It was the biggest tournament I think that Cole Sanderson ever won. I want to say Cole was the four-time NCAA qualifier. I don't think he was an All-American.
Yep. Not Siler, not Cody.
It was Cole.
Yep.
Cole. Yep. Cole beat Eric Juergens in the Fargo cadet finals at 121 in 1994.
I can tell you that wrestling is a grind. All the Sandersons didn't get all the treasure. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were all tough.
Yeah.
But they didn't get all the treasure.
Right. And and Cole, he was a four-time NCAA qualifier.
Siler was a badass. Beat David Taylor twice.
That's crazy. Dude, I had no idea that he did that.
Siler Sanderson was no joke. No joke.
Was he at Iowa State for a year?
Yeah, Penn State. David Taylor basically snuffed him out.
Man. What was the drama with David
Taylor twice?
Man. Crazy.
Siler, as the Sandersons would have it, Siler just part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know them. I mean, when Alan Freed would go to Iowa State to hang out on the weekends, he would stay at Cale's house. I would stay with him. I thought me and Cale, we had a couple good conversations. When I coached my club in Ohio, we were black and gold, of course. We would go to the Penn State Open, and my team did win the Penn State Open in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And Cale said, I don't like your team, but I don't like your colors the most. But I do like your guys.
Yeah.
So he said that.
Yeah.
You know.
I've heard that.
It's all good.
Man, I've met one of them, and that was Cole, and he seriously is one of the nicest people. You can't ask for anybody nicer.
No.
And that's what I've heard of all people from Utah. I've heard.
They're polite.
Yeah. I was really impressed with him. Yeah, and I'm assuming that the brothers or the other brothers are the same way. I've been around, Cale. I've never met any of these big dogs. I've never met a Brands. I've never met Gable. I've never met Cale. I just don't ever approach them. Like we're in these situations and they've got lines of people.
Both the Brands brothers probably generally want to kick the shit out of me. But I'll introduce you to both of them. Okay. Coach Gable mostly probably wanted to strangle me. But I will introduce you to Coach Gable.
Yeah.
You're doing something great for this sport. And those guys know what you're doing. And if they're not aware, they will be aware. And I guarantee they are aware. I guarantee they're aware.
Yeah.
Those guys know. They know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like sometimes Iowa plays dumb. Like they just put their head down to the grindstone and work. But they always know. They always know. And man, what you're doing for this sport, and for these kids and their parents, and for the college scholarships and the opportunity, it can't be marginalized. You're doing great things for these kids.
Thanks,
And that's all that needs to be said. And she just staying there, and man, I'm sorry. Like I listened the other day. You said like financially times are tough.
I've got $30 in my account. And no job.
Dude, I got the coaching job at Western Reserve Academy. You know where that is?
Uh-uh.
Nobody knows. It's in Ohio. It's a boarding school. It's where Dave Habit was coaching up until about 24 hours ago. He just took a job at Medina Island. So he left the only boarding school in Ohio that could challenge Blair and Wyoming Sound, and now they need a coach. So if you want to make yourself friends with like Western Reserve Academy, get the word out. They need a coach. I think they're looking at Dean Heil. I think they're looking at some other guys, but we'll see. You get the word out, and then wrestling owes you. Because you put the word out. Because your podcast is the best.
Thanks, man.
The best.
Man, to be honest with you, I feel like I've been like totally not doing very well with these. When I rewatch them and stuff, I can only rewatch them for a minute or two because all I can focus on is just I don't like listening to my voice and the way I word things. I feel like I talk too fast and mumble and
Okay.
But I think that's normal. I think a lot of people feel that way.
So what are you worried about?
Nothing really.
Nothing. You have the best podcast other than Flow Wrestling in wrestling radio. And Christian Piles on Flow Wrestling, he's horrible, dude.
Who's Christian Piles? I hear him mentioned quite a bit.
Black hair, glasses.
I've only been to Flow just to check like Fargo results, like when my brothers were.
Christian Piles is the worst.
I've never been to Flow Wrestling. I don't know anything about it.
Listen, I'm not going to trash Christian Piles. He's helping wrestling, but he's really not. He hosts these little debutante discussionaires, and then he makes everybody look stupid because he just kisses like Jordan Burroughs' ass and does whatever. What you're doing is more realistic. You're building something that little kids can look up to and say, I want to be on that podcast. I want to be that guy. I want to be the number one guy.
Well, and one thing, I don't like kissing people's asses just because they're good on the mat. I feel like a JV guy's wrestling accolades are important because if it means something to him, who cares what it means to? If it means something, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. It doesn't matter what I would consider being a JV conference champ.
But everybody's credentials up there when you mention them. But at the same time, the people watch your show, not just for the history lesson, but for the current connection to those guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Probably a lot of people live
now and then. You're bringing the past with the present and bringing the tough with the technical, and it's just beautiful to watch.
Man, I'm glad you said that because that's actually what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get these kids to know their elders and where their roots are and who they are, what they are. And I want these old timers to get back into it if they've lost touch with it.
Yes.
That's another way we can grow the sport. The people that we've lost over the years, get them back. Get them back.
You know what's a great city?
What's that?
North Liberty.
North Liberty? Yeah. Hell, I like North Liberty. Oh, for sure. Hell yeah. And
I'm telling you what. Being a wrestling coach in any city in the United States, I'll take Iowa City. And I am the coach at North Liberty.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me? We are going to get the kids drinking the Kool-Aid. We are going to have fun. And North Liberty Wrestling, the Legging Bowl, is going to be a thing within the next couple of years. I'm telling you.
I don't doubt you, dude. I don't doubt you one bit.
And
I've seen the progress you guys have made since Ashton Barker. Like, I was there when you guys got your first qualifier. Were you head coach at that time? Or
No,
Joe. Okay. The first thing I noticed about you guys have got the coolest. What's that?
No, Joe was the head coach.
Okay.
And he has a great job with, I think it's Hirschberg.
Mm-hmm.
And they just promoted him, man. He makes good money. He's got to take care of his family. And I just hope to, I hope to raise the standard that will never be beaten.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping to do.
Right on.
That's it.
Did you know?
Kids will hold the door open for old lady. Clean up their area after a tournament. If we win or lose, we act like we won. And we shake the guy's hand no matter what. And if our guys do that, I can live with it.
It's respect. Common courtesy and respect.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Greco, your podcast is changing how kids look at wrestling. How old people look at wrestling. How middle-aged people look at wrestling.
Do kids
up the fight?
Do kids read that? Is there a lot of kids that actually go to the Pin Doctors? The fight that I have got on my hands with kids not really being in with the Pin Doctors is a lot of them don't have Facebook accounts, and that's something I'm pretty stubborn with myself, because Facebook is the freaking best social media platform. I don't like their monetization policy so far. I think it's kind of crooked, but you've got so much freedom to do whatever you want with it. Like, I'm not going to get a TikTok account just so I can appeal to the kids. They can get a Facebook account and they will, to read Pin Doctors. Some have to read Pin Doctors. And if they don't, then I guess that's just not how they're going to spend their time.
Stuff.
Thanks, man.
No, it's the stuff. You came to the tournament. You interviewed all these kids. You made their day. They were like going home talking to their mom. And these were all kids that deserved it.
Really?
And they're like, man, he introduced me to this guy. We talked about me and college wrestling. It's just wonderful what you're doing.
Were they kids that didn't realize that anybody knew what they were doing?
Well, one was my son. And he loved it. He thought you were like, I can't believe that guy cared what I thought.
You don't have to be a world beater to have a valid perspective. Right? Yeah, I mean, everybody has a piece. Everybody is their own piece in the puzzle of wrestling, and I'm not the one to say that any of these pieces are more valuable than the other ones, because if it's missing any of them, then you still don't solve it.
If you're willing to put your face in there. There's a possibility. You know what I mean?
I do.
If you want to change your level, an attack, and maybe take a shot in the face, well, there's a career for you here. You know? And Swaffy's got a little something for you. And
which Swaffy?
Represent your family.
My brother?
Oh,
which one?
I mean you.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you represent your family well, then you end up on the internet. Isn't that amazing? Like when I was a kid, if I could have represented my mother, my father well, and I ended up on some little clip, man, I'd have been on point.
Yeah.
You know?
Man,
I was anyways.
I had only one of those moments in my career. I'll show it to you. I've actually got it right here. See, I'm one of these guys. My younger brother that was in the grade 2 below me was, folk style national champ, state champ, 3-time finalist, world beater. I placed at state once. That's all I did. But he was on the cover of the sports page every freaking week. Sometimes not even during wrestling season. I made it once though. Josh Swafford realized his dream.
Hey,
still got to hang it up in my basement.
You want to know what the article was like? when I had my moment
Yeah.
in the Hawkeye.
Yes.
They came back home. And Monday, the Iowa. It was either the Daily Iowan or the Iowa City Gazette.
Or Press Citizen.
The headline said, Fred who? With the question mark.
What year would that have
been?
been?
It said, man, it had to be 94, 95.
Dude, I can probably find that.
It said,
right now.
relatively unheralded wrestler from Ohio beats number 4 ranked guy in the country, Michigan State, blah, blah, blah. And it was
Nice.
Fred who? Fred with the question mark.
Did you like it? Like did you kind of like it? I mean,
yeah,
it's a little bit backhanded, but at the same time, it's kind of nice.
No, fair. No, I didn't mean it was backhanded like that. The only reason I would think it was backhanded in the finals or semifinals.
Yeah,
I wrestled Daryl Weber.
Whew.
And he locked up a cradle. And I had this little slick move where I thought I could put my foot behind my head. I'd slip out of the cradle. I'd put my back. And Daryl Weber, that's Sun Gun.
He's good.
His grip just got tighter. And I ended up down 5-0.
Oh.
And that was that. And then I ended up losing like 14-5, 15-5, something like that. And it was just the way it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Daryl Weber, right? So you know Lee Weber too?
Sure.
Yeah. Man, that's a great wrestling family.
Me and my son were up at UNI, a couple weeks ago for a tournament. The one where the tornado hit. On the way home, we're driving by, and we see Evansdale, Gilbertville, and I say, hey, Vinny, my college buddy's parents live right here. We're going to stop by and see him. So we stopped over and saw the Webers.
Nice. I've heard that they're the nicest people in the world, aren't they?
Oh, Peggy Weber is the nicest person you'll ever meet in your life. And Pat, Darren Lee's dad, is one of the funniest humans I've ever met. He introduced my son to two Mustangs. My son loves Mustangs. So he took us to this spot where he had these two Mustangs. And one was like a $200,000 vehicle. 1967 fastback Mustang with 800 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And it made Vinny's whole life. And that's my college buddy, Daryl. His parents and my son. And now they all connected.
Isn't that cool?
Great?
I'm looking forward to those moments.
Those are the moments coming for you. Hey, you don't get what you want wrestling. Only if you guys do. But when you show up, like for the Letterman thing,
Mm-hmm.
or like the old, the guys that wrestled, never wanted to show up. Always felt like shit. Didn't win what I wanted. Never got what I wanted. Probably got what I deserved. When I show up, the guys are like, Freddie, we missed you. We talk about you as much as anybody. And you weren't an NCAA champion. And that makes me realize that I'm being selfish when I don't go to those events. Just because of my failure. I deny myself hanging out with those guys. And that's where I got to change.
Josh Budke said something to me kind of similar to that. What he said, though, was he felt sometimes as if you didn't get your picture on the poster, you almost felt like you weren't considered part of the team by some of the horses.
I had boys this year. I put my boys through 3 lines. And I had young guys bitching. And sophomores bitching. And juniors bitching. Right? They want to be in the picture. They want to be this. And so I brought them together. I said, hey guys, my sophomore year, we did the poster, and you got this part of my head. That's it. I didn't like it. So I went and ran 15 miles. And then I went home. And then I went to drill with somebody. And I still didn't achieve my goal.
You ran 15 miles? What
after
pace?
I
Like,
wasn't in the poster, I went and ran until my heels were bloody, and I had like not running shoes on. You know what like Converse All-Star is?
yes.
Like a low top?
Yeah.
That's what I had on. Not a Converse, but it was a similar shoe.
Like,
And it
like
just tore my feet up. But it was like, you want to be in the poster? Work harder.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like
you ran 15 miles? Woo.
Yeah, I think so. It was long enough where it was like I didn't get back home for like 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was one of those. And I think I was the only guy doing that. I think like when the poster got shot, there was probably 15 guys took off in different directions running.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
Was the mentality at Iowa at the time. I was a complete failure when I left. I didn't want to talk about it. I couldn't watch wrestling for a while.
That's how my brother Justin was after you and I. That makes me so sad when people's careers end and they had brilliant moments, but yet they get depressed when they think, but they can't even think about it. They go on with their lives and they don't even like to talk or think about wrestling because they don't like how it ended or they just weren't satisfied with how it went. It just makes me so sad that a lot of these brilliant wrestlers are so hard on themselves. And that's actually a big inspiration for why I started this, because I feel like one of my goals was to use this is to create this as some sort of outlet that people can express their feelings with wrestling and maybe cope. I think there's a lot of depression with former wrestlers. I know that I didn't fully accept how my wrestling career ended until probably like a year after I started this thing, and I started reading other people's comments, and I realized I wasn't alone with how I felt, and it made me feel a lot better. Not that I like other people's misery, because it was misery for me. I'm sure it was misery for them. I just don't like feeling alone. I just don't like feeling alone, especially when it comes to my feelings in dealing with the unfortunate outcome.
You couldn't be more right. Man. Coming to Iowa, being a young guy, a freshman, two-time placer, never won. There was five guys on the team that were four-time undefeated state champs. Bill Zadek, Jeff McGinnis, Casey Gillis. There's a couple more.
Casey Gillis?
Casey Gillis was a four-time undefeated champ from Bismarck, North Dakota.
Nice.
Badass Greco guy.
Yeah.
True freshman All-American. Had a knee surgery. Had a bad one. I was with him at a party. And he was the guy was pouring a beer for somebody. Casey Gillis' knee happened to be like just sitting right there. And they pulled the cup away. And then the beer hit Casey's knee. But he's not reacting. So it's like he can't feel the beer. And he looks me in the eye. And this is after like his surgery. About a month later, he was at concert. Maybe he shouldn't have been at. Maybe he should have.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, his knee didn't move. He didn't feel the cold beer hit his knee. And he knew right then his knee would never be the same. No. Casey Gillis is a guy a lot of people don't know of. One thing about Casey, since he's been done wrestling, he's adopted like five children. Like Casey is saving the world. One child at a time.
That's really cool. I've got a ton of respect for guys like, it is awesome. I got a ton of respect for guys like you and him that do that. I've thought about that myself before. I've never actually considered adopting a child, and to be honest with you, it's because I don't know if that's for me. I have to, I if I am to make a decision like that, I got to make sure I'm all in because it's going to be my kid. If you're not all in, then. But I have a ton of respect for people who do adopt. Holy cow, that's absolutely selfless.
You're the best. You're the best. You're the best.
Dude, can I tell you something?
You're wrestling.
Dude, thanks, man.
I think.
Like, I don't know. It's just really weird for me. I've worked really hard in this sport in multiple angles, and I've never had success with it. It's just kind of, if this is if I'm at the tipping point of success with wrestling right now with this, then it's almost like I don't even know how to convince myself that it's actually true. Because I don't know.
You just gotta stay down. Keep your head down. Keep grinding.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I gotta tell you about this kid that's commenting right now. Draven Fenton. I'm really, really pumped up that he's even watching this right now. Dude, get this. Draven was one of our club kids at Mediapolis, and like a 3 or 4 time state champ in kids wrestling. We thought he was going to come into high school and be like a 2 or 3 time state champ, and he wrestled his freshman season and did great. I want to say he got like third at districts in a stacked district and almost made it to state. He's a year young for his grade, so I mean, like he was like 14 years old.
Okay.
But kind of lost his love for the sport and he quit. I didn't know that he had ever followed wrestling until this point. And now look at him. He's watching the show still, commenting, and I couldn't be any more happy about that. Dude, Draven Fenton, thanks so much for tuning in, dude. Means a lot that not only are you still following wrestling, but you're still checking in with the guys that you grew up doing that with. See, his dad, Dustin, and I used to call wrestling meets together on podcasts. And man, I thought that he totally detached himself from wrestling. But he said he started watching high school meets in person again this year, and it says he got into it. I don't know what that was a comment to. It was something that you said, but he said, "That's crazy. This is how I got back into it," meaning wrestling. And I bet he could step on a wrestling mat to this day and still kick some ass. Man, he was that good in youth, dude.
Guaranteed.
Like, he's one of these kids that, as a kindergartner, he was a good wrestler after 2 weeks. Like he looked like a high school kid after 2 weeks. Just crazy.
Dude, how badass is Marshall?
What's that?
Marshall.
Oh yeah, he's badass.
I mean, Marshall was a wrestler.
Yes, he was. Hey, I can't hear you at all, dude. What's that? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Marshall might have had licenses.
Yeah.
In high school. That's it. For Marshall.
His kids are hammers. I think I lost you, dude. Still there? No, I don't. Now I got you.
Well, I tell you, what you're doing for wrestling is like the best thing you can ever be doing for wrestling. You're gathering all the history. You're gathering all the data.
Hey, you're echoing. I can't hear you. You're cutting out real bad.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I don't know why. You hear me now?
Yep. Can you hear me now? Now you're cutting out. I can't hear you now.
Shit, whenever I'm moving, you can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
But what I will say, your website's freaking best.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you following it. When did you first hear of it?
When I first heard of the PinDox was before my son had someone. So like maybe a couple to 4 weeks before you sold it to her. That's minute.
Marshall tell you about it, or?
Marshall did. Jeff McGinnis did.
Jeff McGinnis told you about it?
Oh yeah. The people talk about the one thing I realized, being from Cleveland, being the outside guy, people talk about what you're doing in a good way, not a bad way. But they're talking about it. You're changing wrestling. You can't stop doing this. We have to keep doing it. You gotta keep you on it. And I'm new to it. And I get it, but I love what you're doing. I love it. I love it. You give everybody the credentials, your and your ass.
Thanks, man. Hey, in the words of Vanilla Ice, anything less than the best is a felony.
Anything less than the best is a felony.
You know, Vanilla Ice was kind of corny, but he had a point there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk. How do they support you?
They can through my Venmo and through my Facebook star stuff, but more than anything, I need some guidance on how I can like coordinate events. See, like I'm productive at generating wrestling content, not necessarily at managing events. You know, like doing. I'm really freaking disorganized, and I'm all on my own, like, you know, on my own island with this thing, and it just sucks. And I'm a father of 3 daughters. I'm raising them by myself.
3?
And I'm a really disorganized person as it is. So
how old?
So if somebody could like guide me on how I can make this work, because I don't have any freaking clue.
Okay. That's fair. So you need some help growing it, getting it out to the people, letting you take care of your children. Right?
Right.
All right. Well, that's easy. Well, now we just got to some people.
You're cutting out real bad, man.
Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I just think you're not getting very good reception.
Here's the thing. You're changing wrestling. I understand you're scared. Financially, things are tough. I will some support. Please, if you can put a link where we can donate easily, right at the bottom here. And then we'll let's do that.
Yeah, actually, it's. I think the very first comment on this, it should have my Venmo information. But some people donated this week and they saved my butt. I had an unexpected financial situation come up to where I thought I was going to be able to make it all the way until about this point, and I got down to $30 in my account, and I'm on my own, and this is, I own this house. Thank God that I have supportive parents. Like, I don't ever want to take that for granted, man. Because there's so many people out there that don't have those fortunate circumstances. If they were in my shoes, they'd just be screwed. They wouldn't have anybody to help them.
I understand. When I was a kid, my dad had 6 brothers and 5 sisters. So whenever there was a problem, we had a little bit of talent coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is your time. You need people to help. It's our time to help you. You're helping wrestling. You're changing wrestling. You know? We have to donate to your cause.
Thanks, man. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate that.
I will donate. Anybody that knows me, please donate $5 to him, $20, whatever you can do. Just help. Just help. If you can't help, if you don't help, you know.
I get it.
Oh, that's nice. But not doing anything, that's nothing. All right. Sorry. I'll shut up.
That's like, yeah. So, hey, you said you're Italian then, right?
I am Italian. I'm half Italian, half Irish.
Oh, cool. I see my mom's last name is McLaughlin. I think she's almost full Irish.
That's Irish.
Yeah. I dated.
My mother's
What's that? Your father's Lena and your mother's Mackenzie. Okay.
Yeah,
so we both have some Mick in us.
We have some Mick.
Yeah.
Mix it too. Hell yeah. I'm convinced. The Irish is tough. The Italians are tough. But the Irish is tough.
Man, I dated my senior year in college for about a year. I dated an Italian girl from Montana, and the cultural differences we had. I thought her cultural customs were really, really cool. There's just so much stuff that I learned from her in that 1 year, just from getting to know some Italians. I never met Italians in Southeast Iowa.
Italians
are very affectionate. Very affectionate.
They're very affectionate. They're honest, and they're loyal.
Definitely.
Italians, they will cry in your arms, and then they will kill your enemy. That's how Italians are.
I hit it off with them well.
Amen. My great brother never spoke Italian about me because he said he was a mutt. I didn't know it.
Oh.
That hurt.
How's the language supposed to survive if you have that mentality?
That hurt. I gotta say that hurt a lot. I wasn't Italian, so they didn't teach me Italian. That hurt me. So I think almost wrestling was like the way to show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to add on that last point, my dad had to convert to Catholicism before marrying my mom because it made my grandpa happy.
Sure.
Very strict Catholics. My grandparents were. Yeah.
I went to Catholic school.
Me too. Went to a Catholic college.
Yeah.
And Minneapolis got a big Catholic community. What's that?
Those nuts are nasty.
Oh man. There's something about that. There's something about Catholic people that
they will tear you up.
Oh man, they have the same struggle and they have the same approach to it.
Yeah.
And there's
the struggle. I think that's the word.
A lot of the struggle is just fearing fearing things, like fearing hell. You know, once you get past that, though, life is a lot more happy. When you're not fearing that everything's going to send you to hell. Those are some of the negative things that Catholicism affected my life personally. I think I feel like because of Catholicism, it made me fear every little thing that was going to make me go to hell, and I don't think that's helpful. And yeah, and it took me until my 20s to snap out of that.
I understand that.
But on the other side, though, the communionships are really good. And they'll give you wine instead of grape juice.
They will.
Well, I suppose, Fred, I probably need to get things wrapped up. But heck, we were on for 3 hours and 15 minutes tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime. I'll probably message you when we get off this, so I can get your phone number.
Watch out for Millennium Wrestling. Watch out for Millennium. It's coming.
That's right. Hey, man, I'll support you. I'll give you love anytime, man. I got your back.
We appreciate it very much.
I appreciate you.
God bless you and your family.
Yours as well, man.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Bye.